Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Week 2 of the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. We thank you so much for joining us once again on another beautiful Friday night of football. It is gorgeous. Weather has been great all week. Little rain on Thursday, but we'll take the sunny skies here on this beautiful Friday evening. We're excited to get going this evening. We got a lot to go before we get to your game this evening. We're going to talk about our player of the week from last week. We're going to talk about a couple of the games going on tonight. We're also going to chat with some of the coaches ahead of tonight's game. Rankings plus much more. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show. Let's jump right into our player of the week from week 1. Our CISN Player of the Week for Week 1 goes to Ankeny Centennial's Braden Jackson. 237 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. And get this, 200 of those yards were in the second half. That's how good he was. And boy, was he big in the win over the Ankeny Hawks. You can see just making guys miss, a tough downhill runner. And really, once he got going, it was very apparent that Ankeny was going to have a hard time stopping the run. Good breakaway speed, just kind of long strides. They lost a bit at the running back position last year, but clearly Jackson has fit in perfectly. Good lengthy size, and boy, he can just take off when need be. Braden Jackson, phenomenal in Week 1 win versus Ankeny. See another big run here on the outside, breaking away somehow, staying in bounds and scoring the touchdown. Take a look at the replay one more time. Great blocking up front, but an even better job tight roping the sidelines. Braden Jackson is our Week 1 CISN Player of the Week. It's time to take a look at some rankings, everybody's favorite, week by week. And brought to you by Radio Iowa. These are their rankings to start week number 2. The Valley Tigers are the new number 1 team after defeating Southeast Polk, giving Southeast Polk their first loss to a team not named Ankeny since 2019. Unbelievable by the Valley Tigers. Dowling Catholic in at number 2, a very dominant showing over Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Waukee at the 3rd spot after a big win over Ames. Ankeny Centennial defeats crosstown rival Ankeny, who was number 1 last week. Centennial up to the 4th spot. Southeast Polk drops to 5th after the loss to Valley. Ankeny to 6th after the loss to Centennial. Cedar Falls gets a big, very impressive win over Cedar Rapids Prairie. It was their first game at their new stadium. It was a beautiful stadium. Looks great. They get the win. They're at number 7. Cedar Rapids Kennedy drops to 8th after the loss to Dowling Catholic. Johnston takes care of business against Waukee Northwest and goes to 9th. And Bettendorf defeats Pleasant Valley for the 2nd straight year, this time in overtime. And the Bulldogs come in at the number 10 position in the Radio Iowa Top 10 poll for Class 5A. We're going to toss to a quick break, and then we will be right back with your coaching reviews and much more. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
And welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I am your host, Blake Walker. It's time for our coach interview segment of tonight's pregame show. We had a chance to sit down with Coach Wilson of Dowling Catholic and Coach Swenson of Valley ahead of what most consider to be the best rivalry in the state of Iowa. Here's that interview now.
Joining us now is Dowling head coach Don Wilson. And Coach, let's talk about opening victory in week number 1. That's always good. What did you learn about your team there? And, what did you see that you liked good about that win?
It was good to see how we responded. Obviously we've got a younger team right now. And as we practice, you think you know your team, but until they really get out in the bright lights, you're not sure how they're going to react. And we beat a good football team. I think they've got some definite good players, and I think they're going to end up winning their fair share of ball games before it's all said and done. So, felt like we took control of that game fairly early, and there was times where I thought we had a lull in the action, which we certainly want to correct. But it was great to beat a good team in week one.
And that's always the thing. You never know. You got those guys either filling in or stepping up from that played a little bit last year, maybe playing more this year. So, what are some things that you still need to see? You think you need to improve on heading into the second game?
Well, I think from an offensive standpoint, there's no doubt that we just need to get more consistency. We did some good things in the run game and the pass game, but I'm not sure there was anything about what we did that was consistent. And so, probably still searching a little bit for our identity there. Defensively, I thought we played really hard and really physical. The big thing that we have to change there is we also had 5 penalties on that side of the ball. So that will certainly hurt you against great teams in a tight matchup. So just still trying to figure out who we are and what we are, and I think it's going to be a while yet, but it's a long season.
It is a long season, and then we're just talking with coaches last week in the season opener. You face good teams, so you got to find out in a hurry and make adjustments. And this Valley team is one of those, and they started off with a win too. So, what do you see that you have to do against them in this ball game?
Really good team, very talented. Division One talent on that sidelines, and obviously a great coaching staff. So, going to be a tall task. I think we're going to have to play really, really well, and some things would have to fall our way to stay into things. But that this rivalry has been that way before, and they've got the ability to throw the ball. The quarterback moves around. They've got Division One talent at wide receivers. Defensively, great speed. It looks like a typical Valley defense to me. And this game is oftentimes comes to special teams as well, and the kicking game and field position. And wouldn't be surprised if that was the same this week.
Yeah, it's always those little things at the end. The two teams. This rivalry is that something you stress a lot or talk about? I know it's a big fan thing, obviously, but how much do you talk about that as far as this Valley rivalry?
I really don't have to. I mean, the kids hear enough around them, whether it's in the hallway or in the community or at home. Um, our kids know their kids and vice versa. And, there's so many times they played on the same teams as with each other throughout the years, no matter what the sport is. So we know it's there, and just really happy to be a part of it. It's been great for last 20 years to be in this rivalry, and hopefully it continues to be a great one.
And you always seems like to me, players like a team where they know they're going to be challenged and it's going to be a tight game, rather than one where you get up early and you seem like you're just out there coasting through. Having that good rivalry, because that gives you a judgment of where you're at, doesn't it?
No question. It's you also have to keep it in perspective that it's week two, and there's been times where teams that lose the regular season matchup end up winning a state championship. So we know it's a great opponent. Usually, it's a very clean game. Obviously, respect on both sidelines, and wouldn't see any reason why this would be any different.
All righty. Well, I'm sure the fans, everybody be out there and ready for another good matchup between you two. They've been pretty close last couple of years. So thanks for joining us, Coach, and good luck in the ball game tonight.
All right, thank you. Looking forward to it.
Joining us now is West Des Moines Valley head coach Gary Swenson. And Coach, let's first talk about season opener. You had a big win over Southeast Polk, 20-17. That's been a big battle that between you and Southeast Polk here, and looks like you guys did what you needed to do to make the plays to come out with a win in that one, huh?
Well, we made it exciting, and I really think we are the better team, but it's really razor thin margin. They're a very good football team. They lost a lot of talented guys, but it's like I told our team, these players that they have right now have been practicing against some of the best players in the state for the last 3 years. So it would stand to reason they're going to be very capable, and they certainly were. we trailed right up until the end and were able to get a late score. But it was a good game. I mean, they've had our number we had lost 6 in a row to them, including twice in the playoffs in the last 3 years. So it was just gratifying to get a win, and over a really good team made it extra special. So, I mean, we, like everybody, after your first game, you look at the video and say, wow, we got a lot to work on. But of course we do. That's why we practice every day. And we're going to get better. But that one was close, and we were fortunate to get some late game breaks and had some big plays out of some kids that helped us get over the hump.
Yeah, and you had some players back. The injuries have been a problem. Of course, they are in football. But is this the healthiest as you've been in a while, do you think, overall?
Well, I mean, there wasn't anybody last Friday that was sitting out, where last year we had by even the opener, we had Zay Robinson, and there was somebody else that had already lost their season to injury. So I think that we are healthy. Hopefully that'll last. You never know with football, from game to game, or even in practice from day to day, crazy things happen, and you might have. But that's why you try to develop depth. You try to work and give other kids an opportunity and see if they can come through for you. But certainly going into game one, we had all players available.
Well, and we talked about it before. You start out with a tough game. You're facing tough games all throughout here. And let's talk about this Dowling team, and what do you see out of them, and what do you have to do to be successful against them?
Different numbers and faces, same production, same talented players, same well-coached football team. Every year it's the same story with them. You just get a repeat of a team that's going to be in contention right up to the end, and you got to be at your best, and we'll take it as a challenge. It's one game in a long season. I think that we have a chance, and I hope that we come out and play well. If we perform like we can, I think we'll have a good chance to win. But any mistakes or goofball stuff, again, it's very small margin of error against teams like this.
And talk with Coach Wilson. He says, we don't have to tell the players about the rivalry. They know about it. I'm assuming you guys are the same way. You know that they're the big rival, and it's been that way for a long time and still is. And so how do you handle that part of it?
We don't even have to talk about it. I mean, it's a big game, but all these, anymore with social media, you don't have to be right next door to each other to establish a big rivalry. I mean, I don't know if you took a poll on our team. I'm sure Dowling would be listed as their top rival, but you'd have a lot of other teams right there with them, where in the past maybe that wasn't the case. But yeah, I mean, all these kids know each other now. They've been at camps with each other or played on club teams or other sports against each other. So it's a little different than it used to be. But the Valley Dowling game's always been fun. It's a healthy rivalry. It's exciting. There's always a big crowd there. So there's no downside to this game.
And as you all know, game 2 doesn't necessarily decide your season, and that's not the case here. But you hope to have a good game. You hope to improve over the first week, don't you?
Oh, 100%. I mean, a lot of times if you have issues or frustrations, you got to give the other team credit. I mean, if we don't play well, it's not like we're going into the game overconfident or thinking we don't have to be at our best. Our kids are pretty smart. They know all about that. So they'll play hard, and so will their kids. That's why it's always a good game. There's a healthy respect between both coaching staffs and both rosters. I mean, they're so well coached. It's just impressive to watch every year. And Tom does a great job with his program.
All right. Well, as always, we appreciate you joining us here on the pregame show to talk about it, and good luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks, Dar.
And once again, we want to make a huge thank you to the coaches who sit down and chat with us every single week here on the Central Iowa Sports Network pregame show. We're going to toss to a break one more time, and we'll be back to recap what's going on this evening. You're watching the CISN Football pregame show. We'll be right back.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
And welcome back to the CISN Football pregame show. Just one more thing to go, and that's telling you what is on the Central Iowa Sports Network this evening. We'll start with Ankeny Centennial and Ames. Going to be a good one this week. Centennial coming off the big win over the Ankeny Hawks. Ames coming up short to Waukee. We'll see if the Jags can keep their offense rolling. Waukee versus Waukee Northwest. Unbelievable matchup last year. We expect the same this year in the second edition of this rivalry on the gridiron. It's going to be a fun one over in Waukee. And then the rivalry of all rivalries, the best rivalry in the state of Iowa. Dowling Catholic versus Valley. Dowling Valley, Tigers Maroons. This is going to be a good one at Valley Stadium. Should be a really fun one for a Valley team coming off the upset of Southeast Polk. And Dowling Catholic looking surprisingly good against Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Expect a good game this evening. Well, that will do it for us here on the CISN Football pregame show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. I'll be calling Waukee Northwest tonight. If you are not watching that one, we hope you're watching one of our other two games this evening. Thank you for watching the CISN Football pregame show. We appreciate you so much. Enjoy the games. We'll see you next time.
Captains for the Maroons, 0, Andy Sharp, 15, Trey Wilson, 52, Carter Smith, 54, Drew Adamowicz, 98, Dylan Manning. Those are your captains. Will kick off.
Matt Maindring and Mr. Brian Morris on the field, Mr. Maindring.
Yeah.
And we got just a few minutes before kickoff. Captains are off the field. So, Brian, real quick report before we go to our top of the hour.
You know, the one thing, the wind is a lot stronger down here on the field, guys, and it feels like about a October 1st game versus a September. I probably didn't dress the best, but I do have a few extra layers maybe on my body than I had 7-8 years ago when I was here, so maybe that helps.
Just consider getting prepared for a marathon. That's like right. My partner up here.
Yeah. No, the wind's coming out of the northeast, so it's kind of a cross. It's not a direct cross, but it's going to definitely impact the passing game tonight.
Yeah, and Valley's on offense first.
All right, Valley is offense will be out there. We're going to take a break and come back with our. Before we have a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and Father Reed Flood with our pregame prayer here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN, who just joined us.
Party cloud will kick off for the girls. Emmanuel running 20, number 2, first leader, that's it for Tigers. first and 10 Tigers from the Tiger 20.
In West Des Moines, the kickoff is underway. Ball goes in the end zone. Dowling takes advantage of the wind and kicks in the end zone. Touchback, it'll be Valley football. First and 10 from the Tiger 20-yard line as we start tonight's game here on Iowa Catholic Radio as we simulcast with Central Iowa Sports Network. The quarterback for the Valley Tigers is Drake DeGroat, a 5'11 junior. He'll send a man in motion. That's Zay Robinson. And the handoff up the middle goes to the tailback and hit and drop right at the line of scrimmage as the ball carrier. So it'll bring up second down and 10 as the Maroons converge on their Valley's first run.
Joel Sanko came off the edge right away on that and was able to get Darius in the backfield. Darius Mason and almost took the handoff off and did a really good job of tackling the football in that play. And a good job by Mason to keep a hold of it.
Darius Mason and Jakari Clark will be the tailbacks. Mason gets to start the fullback as Jerron Horn, number 38 for Valley. Tigers now as DeGroat keeps the football, wants to run. He gets a couple yards before he stopped as everybody was covered downfield as he went back to throw, and Matt will bring up third and long for Valley.
It will, and I believe that was Aiden Ducharme who stayed in position as kind of the spy over the middle on that play. And DeGroat's thing is not running. I mean, that's not going to be his game. But that looked a little more like a design draw in some regards there.
Trent Grevengood along with Zay Robinson, Jaden Brown, also Jaden McGregory, and Zach Stemper, the tight end, will be the receivers for Valley. Back to throw on 3rd and 8. Back over the middle, the pass is caught, and a first down for the Tigers right at the sticks, and he got to the 30-yard line. Nice little play that time by the Tigers as the receiver was Zay Robinson, who had the torn labrum last year and missed the whole season.
Yeah, Zay Robinson right over the middle. DeGroat hits him in stride right at the stick. And to your point, Mark, it's one of those things, we talked about the painted lines on these fields. That was right at it.
8-yard gain, 1st and 10 Valley. Tigers come up with another 3rd down conversion. Yeah, that's kind of what they're noted for, especially in this series. Double tight ends for Valley. And the handoff goes to the tailback, Mason, and he gets across the 30 up to about the 33-yard line, gain of 3. That play went for the first play of the game, went for no yards. They got 3 there.
Well, that big offensive line, the offensive line for Valley running across, they're 295, 255, 290, 235, 300. They outsize the defensive line of Dowling, and so Dowling's relying on their speed and quickness and athleticism, and Valley's just going to pin their ears back and run right at them sometimes, and right there they did.
Marcus McGregor, the left tackle for Valley, Nick Bazell, the left guard, the center, Derek Ellens, Joe Miles are the right guard, and Shaka Jones at right tackle. Now with a swing pass, and the pass is broken up. It's complete, but for a loss, and he'll lose yardage back to the 29, loss of 4 as the play went to Zay Robinson, and Dowling blew that up with Joe Smerdla, number 10, on the tackle.
Joe Smerdla was all over that play. They've seen that little bubble screen. Coach Wilson talked about it in the pregame, and Schmerdla's job is he's the up guy. He's going to get the short one, and if someone goes long, he knows he's got cover behind him. So great play on 2nd down, making 3rd and long here for the Valley Tigers.
4-yard loss on the play, and as you mentioned, Matt, 3rd and 11 for Valley. Under 9 minutes to play, first quarter, no score. Valley going right to left into the northwest wind, and now DeGroat back to throw. He's going to be sacked. Sacked back to the 35-yard line. Everything broke down, and a host of Maroons in there, led by Owen Pins, the nose guard.
Yeah, and I believe Ryan Bobo in there, one of those kids that was dealing with an injury in preseason, came up, and DeGroat didn't have anywhere to go. There was good coverage downfield. He stepped up in the pocket, and the pocket kind of collapsed on him, and that was as much a coverage sack as anything else, because DeGroat can get rid of the ball in a hurry. So
4-yard loss for Valley. So a pair of 4-yard losses forces the Tigers to punt, 4th and 15. And the punter is also one of their outstanding receivers and gets it away. And it's a short punt across the 50 and takes a roll towards the Dowling sideline on the far side, out of bounds. So Dowling's offense will start 1st and 10 right around the 41-yard line. Let's go down to Brian Morris for your first assessment tonight, Brian, from the Dowling sideline.
You know, on that play, I think we talked in the pregame, the speed of Dowling. Ian Middleton was going against the 300-pound tackle, and he blew up that play. He forced the quarterback to kind of go up the middle, and Dowling played good zone defense and stayed in their lanes and got him. So I think the speed won on that round.
So McGregory's punt for Valley lands at the Dowling 41. Thank you, Brian, for that report. First down, Maroons. Dowling's quarterback is Parker DePhillips. And he'll accept the snap from Carter Smith. And here is a handoff and right up the gut for maybe a couple. Line still pushing forward. Oh, what a surge there across the 45. They're going to mark at the 47-yard line for a 6-yard gain to Ian Middleton, and he followed his offensive line there, Matt.
He did, and he kept those legs churning, and that's what, from the waist down. He's a strong young man, but those legs are like pistons, and when he gets them going, he's a tough one to watch. I was watching the left side of the line right there. I wanted to see the freshman take on, Carter Barrett take on the right side of that line from Jimenez from Valley, and it's going to be a battle over there to see how the freshman holds up.
All right, here's DePhillips. He has Trey Wilson slot right. And here's the snap to give to Middleton again. He's across midfield, and he's brought down at the Valley 49-yard line, so he'll pick up 3. And let's take a look at the Dowling offensive line. We mentioned the center, the captain, Carter Smith. The left guard is Brady Hagan, a sophomore. The left tackle, Carter Barrett, a freshman, number 77. Right guard for Dowling, Cade Cross, a sophomore, number 58. And Josh Miller, the right tackle, number 11, is a junior. Tight end is Jacob Peterson, a senior for Dowling, and he is wearing number 8. So it'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Maroons. Line of scrimmage to Valley 49 on Middleton's short gain of 3 yards. Pistol formation for the Maroons. Parker DePhillips, the senior quarterback, 6'1", 185. And he gives it to Middleton, and Ian finds us hole in the left side and picks up the first down at the Valley 46-yard line.
And there they ran right behind the sophomore Hagan, and Middleton did a good job. It was, he was stretched to go to the outside. He saw his alley, knew he needed a yard, cut it up the middle right behind Hagan and between him and Smith, and gets the first down. And that offensive line to this point, I think Dowling's thought here is we need to keep ball possession as long as we can, keep the ball away from that powerful offense of Valley Tigers.
All right, first down Maroons, the ball on the 46 of Valley. Dowling with 3 receivers now to the left, tight end on the right. Here's the snap, and DePhillips a handoff to Middleton, trying to find a seam between the 2 guards, and he falls forward down to the 48 of Valley for a pickup, or rather the 43-yard line for a pickup of 3.
3 times 4 is 12. Mark, and I say this, I think offensively from a coaching standpoint, you're going to run the ball, you're happy with 3 yards on first down like that to just set the tone, set the pace of the game, and get these young kids settled in up front.
All right, Jack Barrett along with Sam Drexler split out wide left along with Trey Wilson, who's the flanker on the left side, and 2 to the right. So empty backfield, 5 receivers for Dowling. In motion is Jack Barrett. Here's the snap. DePhillips back to throw. Lost it downfield, and he overthrew his intended receiver, Jake Skowell, the senior, out of bounds around the 25-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and long for the Maroons at the Tiger 43.
The sideline report there, that wind is blowing, and he threw that ball with the wind. It carried on him a little bit, as Mr. Morris said, and so the ball carried a little bit on to Phillips, his first throw in this rivalry, and he's probably a little juiced too. As you go empty, you're pulling the trigger.
Jack Barrett, Sam Drexler, along with Jake Skowell, Jimmy Nahas, Trey Wilson, and Sam Drexler. You'll hear those names called as receivers tonight for Dowling. Ian Middleton and Cohen Shelton will be the tailbacks. And empty backfield again. Back to throw is DePhillips. He fires the ball out to the right side. Caught by Drexler, and he's up near a first down, and he might be about a yard shy to the 37 of Valley, a pickup of 6.
Yeah, Drexler, one of his first catches as a varsity player, and he's going to learn that he was right. He ran his route to the right position. He had to finish forward. He finished sideways. And so it wasn't quite enough to get the yard for the first down. And great play by the Valley defense.
And Dowling going for it on 4th down, as Maroons will bring in Evan Mitchell, number 92, into the lineup. 4th and 1 at the Valley 37. 4.5 minutes to go, first quarter, no score, and we've got a timeout called. And we will keep it here for our on our network side for Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. We'll keep it here. No score, 4:36 to go. 4th and 1, Dowling on the Valley 37. Let's go down to our sideline guy. I don't know if he's in the huddle or not, but Brian Morris. Remember back in the days, you kind of just listened to see what the play call was. But what do you think? What do you think?
They gave me a little more respect back then. I'm trying to earn it. But Matt, you were exactly right. That pass, it got caught up in the wind, and it just flew. And I think they're going to have to get acclimated to the windy conditions right here. But I think we have seen the freshman in there, Mitchell, number 92, at tight end about half the series here. So they're going double tight.
Which essentially brings in another offensive lineman because he's listed as a lineman, and but he is wearing that tight end number tonight, so he's eligible to go out for a pass too. Big responsibility for a freshman.
Well, I was given 94 as the number. Now it looks like it's 92, so Mr. Pollock must not have had his. That's at Appleton Parkersburg math, but nonetheless, 4th and 1, and 92 we believe is Evan Mitchell for Dowling. All right, out of the shotgun, 4th and 1. Middleton, the tailback. He gets the handoff left side. He's got the first down, and Morey's into the Valley secondary, and he may go. He does! Touchdown, Ian Middleton from 37 yards out on a 4th and 1, Matt.
And Trey Wilson picks up the last block downfield and did a good job of turning and getting squared up in that play. But Ian Middleton, that offensive line, created a gap. He exploded through it, and he didn't get touched. I mean, he might have broke one arm tackle at the line. They'd have to watch a replay on it. Here it comes. And after that, he was wide open.
That was a nice hole in that middle there, man.
Yeah, you see Trey Wilson come here and get a block on Jaden McGregory right at the end of that, and to ensure the touchdown.
All right, the extra point by Marty Blount, the hold by starting quarterback Parker DePhillips, and the snap will be from Wyatt Jones, and now penalty flags down, and let's see what this is about so we can pick it up. Penalty on the Valley defense on the special teams. So 6-0 Dowling with 4.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and Dowling declines the penalty as the extra point attempt now coming from Marty Blount, who was perfect last week in the Maroon win over Cedar Rapids Kennedy 24-12. Ball's down, and the extra point by Blount is good. Dowling 7 and Valley nothing. Alongside Matt Maindring, I'm Mark Hemmedale. Brian Morris on the Dowling sideline. We'll return to Valley Stadium after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Save big at DeYarman CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeYarman CDJR Ames. DeYarmanAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 of a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
9 yards, capped off by an Ian Middleton 37-yard run on 4th and 1, and Dowling leading 7-0 with 4.5 to go here in the first quarter. Matt, we saw something in the defense there.
It's the gamble of bringing in that goal line defensive look in the middle of the field, because you bring 8 guys in the box like that, and it leaves you shorthanded. Once he gets through that first level, there's not much left, and that's what happened there.
And the nice little, block by Wilson downfield kept that safety from hitting him, and now here's the return by Tigers, and they get it up to about the 29-yard line where the Valley Tigers will take over 1st and 10, trailing 7-0, and Brian Morris, the sea parted right over the right guard and center for Dowling on that last touchdown.
It really did, and then when Ian Middleton came off the field, he was jumping up and down, the crowd was going nuts, so it really got the Dowling sideline fired up. Then they come back and they all look at these contraptions, looking at the plays. This technology is nuts.
It's changed a little bit.
Dear Lord.
Last time Brian was on the sidelines, Matt, they were using flashcards.
I think Google wasn't invented.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now Valley has the ball, keeps the ball on
the
the ground.
ball's loose.
And their backup tailback is Jakari Clark, and he fumbles the football. And no signal yet from the referee here, Matt. Clark.
There was a scramble. I think Valley got back on it.
Yep,
Unbelievable.
They set the clock, but Jakari Clark, the 5'9", 155-pound senior, is the backup tailback, and he is spelling Darius Mason in this first play of the drive, Matt.
Great hit up front, jarred the ball loose. Good hustle by Joe Mauser. He was the one that was able to recover it for the Tigers. And
Parker Pearson was right around that ball for Dowling, number 12.
Yeah.
All right, so the fumble moves the ball back to the 26. So it's a loss of 3, and it's 2nd and 13 on the fumble. And now the handoff once again goes to the same tailback, and that is Jakari Clark. Gets outside and gets some of those fumble yards back. He crosses the 30 and up near the 34-yard line, we'll call it. So a good run that time by Jakari Clark, and the offensive line help there for Valley.
Yeah, Joel Sanko on the tackle right there, and he tried to one-arm that a little bit, and that's a big kid to take down Jakari Clark. He runs hard, and now we've got a 3rd and manageable for the Tigers.
A gain of 8 for Clark and the Valley offense. So the quarterback, Drake DeGroat, out of the shotgun, empty backfield. Now DeGroat wants to run, fires the ball downfield, caught first down Valley, and that is Zay Robinson, who didn't play last year, and gets up near midfield. They're going to spot him down at the 48, and that's a 14-yard gain for Valley.
DeGroat took advantage right there, and the experience he shows as we watch the replay on CISN is that he was able to break contain. He got outside of Bobo, who's supposed to keep him inside. Once he broke contain, he was able to play around the middle of the field and found Zay Robinson.
Tackling a play by Wyatt Jones of Dowling. So it's 1st and 10 Valley from their own 48-yard line. They trail 7-0. Dowling leading as the Maroons score in their first possession here at Valley Stadium on a gorgeous night. Handoff goes to, once again, the backup tailback, and that's Jakari Clark, and he goes right over center and guard. He's across the 50 down to the Dowling 46-yard line. So about 5-6 yards on the play.
Jackson Miller came up from his corner or linebacker position. He was playing linebacker on that play. Came up and makes the tackle for the Maroons. Jakari Clark is playing with a little spark. He's hitting the line at a different speed than we saw Mason hit.
Mason's more of a bruising type tailback, has speed, but Clark has the speed, and he's a little bit, he's not as big, 155 pounds. DeGroat back to throw, fires towards his receiver. He's got him open, but he overthrew him at the Dowling 15-yard line, incomplete. The intended receiver might have been Darius Mason. I think that can't be right.
I think it might have been Jaden Brown. I can't see if it's number 5 or
it was 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah. It was, yep. So
Jaden Brown. And that was a throw into the wind, and I think DeGroat was trying to figure out the wind on that play because he's throwing right into the heart of that wind and threw it a little too much.
Yeah, good point. That wind out of the north-northwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, but I think it has picked up, as Brian mentioned earlier, before kickoff. So it's 3rd and 4 Valley. Line of scrimmage is the Dowling 46. Maroons lead it 7-0 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN as we simulcast tonight's game. Play action fake by DeGroat, fires it out. He's got his man open. That's the tight end. Caught first down Valley and then some. That is Zach Schemper all the way inside the 25-yard line. They're going to put the ball down at the 20. Big gain that time of 26 yards and a first down Valley.
That is exactly the play Brian Morris was talking about in the pregame. That play has bit Dowling at least once every time we've played them. And if you do that bootleg action, the tight end leaks out the backside, and it's a big play.
First down Tigers, and now they're in their red zone. Valley offensive line tonight, Marcus McGregor and Nick Bazell, left tackle and left guard, Derek Ellens, the center, Joe Mauser, the right guard, and right tackle, Shaka Jones, and the tight end, Schemper with the catch. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right for Valley. Back to throw is DeGroat. Fires in the end zone. He overthrew his intended receiver, Zay Robinson, who had double coverage that time by a pair of Maroons, one of them being Joe Smerdla.
And he had him beat, and he got behind the defense a little bit, and DeGroat just overthrew him a little bit. And DeGroat's overthrown a couple passes here early. He's got some openings, and I have a feeling he's going to find his rhythm here pretty soon. He's a good quarterback and just a little fired up right now.
Yeah, well, that time he threw into the wind, directly into the wind, going towards the northwest end zone, which is where the wind's coming out, but he may have overcompensated. Again, 3 receivers left as Valley goes south to north here at Valley Stadium. Double tight ends and DeGroat at center. Drake gives the handoff to Mason, and Darius, the senior running back, plows his way down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line, gain of 3.
Dylan Manning steps up into the gap there from his linebacker position and makes a nice play, wraps Mason up at the legs, at the ankles, and pulls him down for the short gain, creating that 3rd and long situation. And I think Dowling defensively is really looking at it to, we want this bend, don't break, don't give up these big plays, and we want to make them march down the field, and here you have Valley knocking.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Bluffton International, and Bozen the Florist. 3rd and 7 Valley at the Dowling 17. Back to throws to Groat. Wants to throw, avoids a tackle, and now he's going to be sacked right back to the line of scrimmage. He falls forward to the 15-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Tigers at the Dowling 15. Gain of 2.
Yeah, an interesting call early in the game here for Coach Swenson, and I got to think he's going to kick a field goal here this early in the ball game, and he does send that unit out into the field right now. Good play defensively by the backside of the defense. What I mean by the backside of the defense, that's the defensive secondary. They held everything in place and allowed that rush to shake DeGroat out.
This will be the 10th play of the Valley drive that started back on their own 29-yard line. So field goal now of 31 yards by Seppi Fratiani. And the ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So Valley's on the scoreboard, capping off a 10-play, 71-yard drive. And the field goal good by Fratiani. Our score, Dowling 7, Valley 3. Alongside Matt Maindring, I'm Mark Amadale. 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We'll return to Valley Stadium with the kickoff on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
All right, we're back here at Valley Stadium on the kickoff by the Tigers, returned by Dowling Sam Drexler, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. So we'll take a break and come back. Our score, Dowling Catholic 7, Valley 3. Alongside Matt Maindring, I'm Mark Amadale, along with Brian Morris on the Dowling sideline. We'll return to the second quarter after these messages on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium, West Des Moines. We start the second quarter with a pass play, and out of the backfield, pass caught by Dowling's Jackson Miller on the pass from quarterback Parker to Phillips, and runs move from their 37-yard line to get the ball up to the 40. for a gain of 3 on that quick pass to start the second quarter here, Matt, with the Maroons leading 7-3.
That's the confidence builder for DePhillips right there. He took the check down on that one and hit Miller in the short out, and nice pickup on first down for the Maroons.
Dowling with a 2nd and 7 as we're underway here in the second quarter. Trey Wilson in motion. 3 receivers left. One back in the backfield. Ian Middleton, the tailback, and they fake the handoff to him. Phillips looks downfield. He's got a man open, but underthrew his intended receiver, Jake Scow, who was running more of a post pattern than a crossing pattern. The pass is incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 7 Maroons from their own 40.
Coach Wilson and I were talking about this a few weeks ago, talking about how the game has evolved and stuff like that. And on these plays, it used to be that receivers had a passing tree, and there was the specific routes everybody was running. Now they're all running choice routes, and that's a lot for a quarterback and a receiver to read at this level. And so what that means is they're making a decision at the line of scrimmage what's going on.
Jimmy Nahas and Jack Barrett split out wide to the left of the Dowling formation at the bottom of your screen. 3 receivers to the right, empty backfield, and DePhillips at quarterback out of the shotgun. Valley showing blitz, and they do. DePhillips gets rid of it, and he picked off. Intercepted by Valley. This is going to be a pick 6. Jaden McGregory will take it all the way for 40 yards and an interception. McGregory stepped right in front of the play, and he had that route well read, and Valley has taken the lead 9-7.
It's exactly what I was just talking about right there. The quarterback and the receiver were not on the same page, and DePhillips is throwing it to a spot. He was expecting Wilson to curl up on that thing and stop his route, and Wilson continued his route downfield, and they both had a different read on that and made this different choice. Turns into pick 6.
Jaden McGregory, a 43-yard interception return for a Valley touchdown. The first turnover of the ball game. Now the extra point as Dante Sherrata will hold for the Tigers. The extra point is up and good. So Valley now leads Dowling 10-7 thanks to McGregory's 43-yard interception return with 11:01 to go second quarter. It's Valley leading Dowling 10-7 on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
All right, we're back here at Valley Stadium on the Tiger kickoff. Maroons return it by Sam Drexel. He slips and falls at the 5, and that's where Dowling's offense will start. 1st and 10 from their own 5. Valley 10, Dowling Catholic 7. Handoff to Middleton, and Ian trying to find a hole, goes over center and struggles up to about the 13-yard line for a gain, or up to the 8-yard line for a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 here, Matt.
Here's the test for this young team, and you saw how things can turn so quickly in the game of football. You get the pick 6, Valley's up 10-7, Drexler slips on the kickoff, and all of a sudden you're pinned inside the 10-yard line. How are they going to react? How is this young front, how is this young unit on the offensive side going to react?
Jack Barrett along with Trey Wilson. 2 of the 3 receivers split out wide left. Barrett goes in motion, now reverses field. DePhillips out of the shotgun, and they'll give it to Middleton, and he's going to be Tackled from behind for no gain. We'll bring up 3rd and long for Dowling. Line of scrimmage up to the, I'm going to say, stays at the 8-yard line. Brian Morris, you're down the Dowling sideline. That pick 6 put Dowling in a bad spot, and in the kickoff return, when Drexler fell, he fell right on the 5-yard line.
You know, Matt read my mind. When Marcoullier was up there, he didn't come up with stuff like that. That is exactly what I was thinking, is how is this team going to respond? Because you could feel the momentum shift not Valley sideline on the Dowling sideline, and how will this team respond to those adversity of that pick 6 and the slip on the kickoff?
All right, DePhillips, as line of scrimmage is now 9, can't find anybody open. Now he'll scramble, running for the sticks, and I think he fell just shy of the goal of the first down marker, which would have been the 10-yard line, if I'm not mistaken, rather the 15-yard line. And the officials and players around, I didn't see the spot. He's a yard short.
Yeah, it was a turf tackle.
3rd and 1.
He looked at the stick and stumbled, and he got tackled by the turf and ends up a yard short. Dowling's lining up to go for it here. It is a 4th and short.
On the 14-yard line, the Maroons going for it, at least showing that they're going to go for it. 10 seconds on the play clock. Dowling with 5 receivers, 3 to the right and 2 to the left. Timeout Dowling. We'll take it with them. 8:53 to go here in the second quarter, and it's Valley 10, Dowling Catholic 7 on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Be close to 20 miles per hour, and their humidity way down at 38%, and now Dowling will punt 4th and 1 from their own 14. Punting into the wind, it takes a slow bounce, picked up by Valley, and a nice job that time on the return by Zay Robinson. He showed no fear, picked it up at the Dowling 35, or rather he's down at the Dowling 35. He picked it up about the 40 on the return, Matt.
Yeah, and that's Dylan Manning met him as soon as he caught it, and it was a gutsy play, and he saw an avenue. And I think if there's any other kid out there besides Dylan Manning, he might have went. And Dylan Manning made a solid tackle there. And that's why you put those kids on specials.
Sure. And Brian Morris, Dowling defense now has to defend 35 yards with the Valley offense coming onto the field.
They do. And that was 2 D1 athletes one-on-one. And Dylan Manning got the better of that one.
Yeah, Robinson picked up the ball on the bounce and thought he saw a seam, but the Maroons converged. And now the Tigers a chance to punch this game open, leading 10-7. First down at the Dowling 35 with 8:45 to go. Hand off to their Jakari Clark, their second back. They've alternated both their tailbacks tonight, and Darius Mason, who got the start, and Clark's the quicker one and tries to get outside, and he's hit and dropped. I'm going to say he went down right at the 32 of Dowling for a gain of 3.
Clark's the one that's had more success from the line of scrimmage tonight. He's run well and gotten more yards per carry than Mason, but I just think Darius Mason is just a solid, you get that senior out there, as Jakari Clark is, but Mason's had a lot more carries. He's going to be there on 4th down, you know that.
He's the veteran. All right, bunch formation to the left. They give it to Mason, who's back in, and he grinds his way over left guard and tackle inside the 30 of Dowling to the 29 for a gain of 3.
And right now, Coach Swenson last week didn't get the run established. They're trying to get this run established right now behind that big offensive line and take advantage of the size that they have up front. And they're going to try and grind one out here.
Drake DeGroat is the quarterback. He is a junior, and he was the 4th quarterback last year, and he played a lot during the Dowling game because they were running out of quarterbacks with injury, and he's got the veteran experience. Darius Mason, Jakari Clark in the backfield. Trent Grevengood, we haven't called his name, Zay Robinson, Jaden Brown, Jaden McGregory, and Zach Schemper are the receivers for Valley, and we've called their names tonight. And now the quarterback will keep it, and he slides down to the 20-yard line. Great job that time by quarterback Drake DeGroat, who kept it, and after he, kind of like the option play, he faked the fullback and kept it.
Yeah, it was a read option play, and he made the right read on that, and you don't see DeGroat run very often, and it makes a great run there on third and fairly long, and kind of slid a little bit awkwardly at the end of that play, but gets up without an issue, and new set of downs for the Tigers.
8-yard run for Valley, and it's 1st and 10. Tigers at the Dowling 21. 6:50 remaining, second quarter. Valley 10, Dowling Catholic 7. Hand off Mason. Can't find a hole, now bounces outside, and he's tripped up inside the 20, and he'll gain 1, maybe 2, down to the 19-yard line of Dowling.
Joel Sanko will not get credit for that tackle, but he bounced that thing. He made him bounce out to the edge, and that gave Dylan Manning enough time with his speed to sprint and cut him off and make the tackle for the short gain.
Yeah, Sanko had the shoestring tackle, and it just kind of tripped up Mason at the for the moment, and finally brought it down. They're going to spot the ball to the 18-yard line, so Mason a gain of 3. And they'll bring up 2nd and 7 Valley. Line of scrimmage at Dowling 18. 2 receivers left for the Tigers. Tight end on the right. Half back behind the right tackle. And one back in the backfield, and that is the Jakari Clark. Hand off to Clark, and he gets down to the 15-yard line, running over the right guard and tackle.
Good tackle there by Parker Pearson, stepping up into his alley and making that tackle on Darius Mason. And brings it a 3rd and medium for the Valley Tigers, and you're just sitting here waiting because you know their weapons are going to touch the ball here pretty soon on the edges.
Yeah. Robinson, McGregory, Brown. There's some speed there. And now Trent Grevengood split out wide to the left, number 2 at the top of your screen on the TV. Back to throws to Grote. He throws towards Grevengood into the end zone. He overthrew him incomplete. Kind of a busted coverage that time by Dowling, as Joel Sanko was the nearest defender, but he was beat. The ball was overthrown.
He was long beat. You know, and you could see Trent Grevengood out there yelling, snap the ball, because no one's on me. And Dowling's adjusting their coverage, and they went, and DeGroat just overthrew him by a hair.
And
he was open.
DeGroat had that wind behind him, literally, the northwest wind thrown towards the southeast corner. Now, 5:18 to go here in the second quarter. We've got a 4th and 4 and a timeout. We will keep it here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we have Father David Polich, retired priest in Des Moines. Been at many parishes. We're going to talk about Catholic Worker House at halftime, so stay tuned for that. Let's go down to Brian Morris, who's on the Dowling sideline, which tonight is on the far side of the field. Brian, come on in.
Yeah, one of the things I've noticed on a few of the Valley plays in the last couple series is they do a lot of picking. So they'll have the tight end and one of the key wide receivers, usually Robinson or Daniels, pick for the tight end will pick for them. So this far deep on this part of the field, I can see some sort of pick play that it looks like Dowling is having a little bit of struggle, because at the time they've been running those, there's been a lot of maybe confusion what's going on in the secondary.
Yeah, certainly in that last play, you're right, Brian, but the Maroons got lucky with the overthrown pass by DeGroat.
Decision time here for Coach Swenson, and he's lining up to go for it here on 4th and 4.
So the Tigers now, their offense on the field, bunch formation to the left, bunch formation to the right. It's almost like a goal line offense. And here's DeGroat, the snap, and he'll keep the football looking left. Now backside pressure, DeGroat will keep it, and he'll get the first down. He may score, and he does! He cut back against the grain and scores. 15-yard touchdown run by the Valley quarterback, Drake DeGroat. The 5'11 junior scores for the Tigers, and Valley now leading 16-7 over Dowling, pending the extra point with 5:10 to go in the second quarter.
You watch the replay here. Middleton gets knocked down on the edge, and he's contained on that. And DeGroat tries to outrun him and does, and then cuts back against the grain and then scores the touchdown for the Tigers.
15-yard run. Now the extra point for Valley as Seppi Frantiani in for the extra point. DeGroat will hold the snap from Ty Walsh. The extra point is good. So with 5:10 to go here in the third quarter, it's Valley 17, Dowling 7. The Maroons have had 17 unanswered points scored by Valley. And we'll return with more of the second quarter on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Save big at DRN CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
I love this music. Thanks, Matt. Welcome. Great bumper music coming out of the break. Back at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, alongside Matt Mandring, I'm Mark Amadale. Brian Morris tonight on the Dowling sideline. 17-7 Valley, leading Dowling Catholic. Has been all Tigers after the Maroons take the their opening drive and score from Ian Middleton of 37 yards on a 4th and 1. It's been all Valley. Tigers have outscored Dowling 17-0 since then. Maroons with the first down on their own 20-yard line. They'll go back to the ground game. Hand off by quarterback Parker to Phillips to or is it Cohen Shelton in there? Dowling gets their second running back in here, Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say Middleton's been out there quite a bit, and you had a feeling that he was going to need a break at some point, and they're giving Shelton the carries here. And this is a big series right here for the Maroons, and it's not so much trying to score, it's just trying to get some first downs and get some momentum back and not giving the ball back to Valley with less than 4 minutes to go.
Gain of 3 on first down for Cohen Shelton, the Dowling tailback, a junior. Now to Phillips with Shelton in the backfield, goes back to throw. Parker looks and now avoids one tackle and throws the ball away incomplete into the Dowling sideline. I hope Morris wasn't around for that one.
Yeah, it was a dart.
Are you all right? You all right over there, Brian?
I got the cat-like quickness right in front.
Cat-like?
Cat-like quickness.
Okay.
Morris the cat, baby.
Well, I can't wait for the interview with you and Coach Wilson at halftime. We're about 4 minutes away. You're gathering your thoughts of 1 or 2 questions, Brian?
Yeah, I just hope we score before halftime because Coach ain't going to be happy.
Yes.
It's 3rd and 7. Thanks, Brian. Dowling now will flip-flop a receiver. They'll move Jack Barrett, number 6, to the right side. Nope, they're going to bring him back. Split out wide left is Trey Wilson. So 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield, and that's Shelton and timeout Dowling. We'll take it with them. 4:13 to go here in the second quarter. Valley 17, Dowling 7. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
All right, we're back here at Valley Stadium. Back to throw is to Phillips. Parker looks downfield. The pass is caught, and they say the ball got knocked out of bounds. Yeah, they're going to rule a first down.
Yep.
Jake Scow with the possession, and they thought he dropped it. But he didn't, and if he did, after he caught it, first down Dowling at the 30-yard line.
Right at the stick, and good job there of catching it right at the stick, and DePhillips laid it right on him. DePhillips threw that ball with authority right there. He pulled the trigger on that thing and let it fly, and he got to it and took a couple steps. The ball did come loose, but he was out of bounds and play over.
Officials ruled it complete, and Maroons with the first down. 1st and 10, Dowling from their own 30. And the handoff goes to the tailback, and that's Cohen Shelton, the junior, spelling Ian Middleton, and Shelton carries across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. Gain of 7 there, man.
Nice run for Shelton. That might be his biggest run from the line of scrimmage in either game played so far this year. He showed a nice burst there, got a cut to his left, and was able to explode forward and get 7 yards.
3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining, second quarter. Valley leading 17-7 over Dowling here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines on a beautiful night, 72-degree night at kickoff. Mark Amadale alongside Matt Mandering. Brian Morris on the Dowling sideline. 2nd and 3, and the handoff goes to Shelton, and he's up near a first down. The pile pushes forward, and I think he got it right at the 40-yard line. And if he did, that's a pickup of 3 and a Dowling first down. They haven't moved the chains yet.
They're going to, yes, they are. They're going to give it to him, nose on the line, and they're going to give the first down. It's, the clock is running here, and Coach Wilson's playing a little bit of a game yet, trying to make sure you're eating up the clock a little bit and gaining yardage.
Valley has 2 timeouts remaining. Dowling has used all of their timeouts, so this is definitely the hurry-up offense here, but not under the 2-minute mark. 2:50 remaining, second quarter. Dowling with a 1st and 10 from the Valley 40. Parker DePhillips at quarterback. 5 receivers, 3 to the right. Pass is caught. Trey Wilson with the reception. And they're going to spot forward Proctor's up to the 45. Gain of 5.
Gain of 5, and you're going to see him maybe pick up the tempo here a little bit. That was a quick shot out to Trey there from DePhillips. And a nice play. And here you see a little bit of hurry up. Now you can get to midfield and play with a little more. Okay. Let's get this ball rolling.
2 receivers right, 3 to the left for Dowling. They go right to left, south to north here at Valley Stadium. Maroons in their home maroon jerseys. And DePhillips downfield. The pass is nearly intercepted right in front of the Dowling receiver down there, and that was Jake Scow.
Oh, they had turned Jake Scow loose. And he got behind the defense there, behind Jaden McGregory. And Parker DePhillips just a little bit not get his feet quite set, threw it off balance, and couldn't quite get it over the top.
That'll stop the clock with 2:12 remaining in the half. 17-7, Valley leading Dowling. Maroons with a 3rd and 5 from the Dowling 45. Here's a snap. DePhillips back to throw. Fires it right side. Pass is caught by Scow. First down at the 47-yard line of Valley.
This is where DePhillips, watching some practices during the preseason and stuff, I get out there a little bit, but watching him throw, this is his strength in my mind, is these 10-yard outs, and he can get that ball to the edge, and right there the timing was perfect.
Got a lot of tosses in with a ball a lot smaller during baseball, playing right field for Dowling's runner-up state tournament team, rather. All right, 1st and 10, Dowling, the ball in the Valley 47. 2:07 to go in the half. Dowling now with 3 receivers on the left side. Trey Wilson along with Jack Barrett and Scow. Back to throw is DePhillips. Looks left, and he's got a man open, but that was Trey Wilson coming away from a couple of Valley defenders, but it was overthrown incomplete.
Yeah, again, just overthrew Trey. Trey had gotten behind the defense, and one of the things we talked about this week, and just a passing conversation with Coach Wilson, was leaving plays on the field. And that's one, as you go back and look at the tape on Saturday morning, there's a play left on the field.
Yeah, Trey had broken behind the 2 defenders for Valley, but the ball was overthrown. Thus, it's 2nd and 10. Dowling with the pair of receivers left, pair right. Back to throw is DePhillips. Looking right, throws right. Pass is caught right on the sideline, complete to Trey Wilson at the 39-yard line of Valley for a pickup of 8.
Again, another one of those passes for DePhillips to the short side of the field on the boundary, throwing that ball on a line, and that's a great pass. That's a comfortable pass for DePhillips to make, and he throws that with authority.
This will be the 10th play of the Dowling drive. We started back at the 20-yard line at the 5:10 mark. Right now, a minute 57 remaining in the first half. Dowling with a 3rd and 2 from the Valley 39. Now back to throw to Phillips, fires it out, and it's caught And out of the backfield, that is Jackson Miller. He's the extra blocker as a tight end, or rather a tight end or a fullback, and he makes the catch, little drag route to the 31 of Valley, a pickup of 8.
Valley's defense in this, in this 2-minute off defense, they're giving up that stuff underneath. They say, okay, we're going to give this stuff up underneath, and DePhillips keeps picking away. The offense is designed to get these quick 7-yard outs.
Well, Shelton remains the tailback, and they'll go down to 2 receivers, 1 on each side of the line, and now Valley wants a timeout. We'll take it with them. Minute 52 remaining in the first half, Dowling and Valley, and the Valley leads it 17-7. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Teams, Dowling and Valley, both 1-0. Valley ranked first, Dowling second in Class 5A, and the Maroons now with the first down at the Tiger 31-yard line. Parker DePhillips now has an empty backfield. 5 receivers going out, 3 to the left. DePhillips now, the pocket collapses, and he underthrows his receiver, incomplete. He's just trying to buy some time as Valley's secondary had all the Dowling routes covered there, Matt.
They did, and they did a really good job there, DePhillips did, in getting rid of the football and not taking the sack. And it stops the clock and keeps it at 1:47, 2nd and 10. Valley did a good job in coverage right there and did have everything covered up for him.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Construction Professionals, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, and Mercy One. 17-7, Valley leads Dowling. DePhillips back to throw. Fires right, and the pass is caught right at the 24-yard line. Let's see where they marked him out of bounds. At the 23-yard line, they say he caught it inbounds, so the clock will run.
You can call that what you want, a stick route or whatever else, but he's running to a spot, turns it, and he saw the soft coverage from the corner as DePhillips did, and a great ball on target there, a great catch.
8-yard reception that time by the Maroons. Bring up 3rd and 2, the clock running, minute 15 to go in the half. Dowling trailing by 10, but close to the red zone here in the Tigers' end of the field. Dowling going right to left towards the north end zone into the 15 to 20 mile an hour wind. Back to throw is DePhillips. Throws to his right, and the pass is caught. Nice catch that time by Sam Drexler. He's out of bounds inside the 20 at the 19.
Yeah, good catch by Sam. I don't know if he had 2 feet in, but in high school you only need 1, and he caught that ball right on the edge. And again, DePhillips, the offense is designing stuff right now. Coach Wilson's calling things that's running people off. You're getting people out underneath in the short boundary area for DePhillips to throw that short pass to the boundary, and he is knocking it out.
This is the 14th play of the Dowling drive, started back at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Maroons at the 19 of Valley. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 1 back in the backfield, that's Shelton. DePhillips now under pressure, and he fires it incomplete. He had pressure from the backside that time by Valley, and boy, he took a shot as he threw it, and that was Dominique Jackman, the 6'1", 260-pound senior, number 93, making his presence known in the backfield for Valley.
Yeah, DePhillips met him just now and makes a nice play. And you see the rush getting to DePhillips there, and that offensive line has been holding out pretty well, as young as they are, but Valley's working its way through there now. All
right, 2nd and 10 for Dowling. 54 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, the Valley 19. DePhillips with 5 receivers, 2 to the right, 3 to the left. DePhillips has time. Now rolls out of the pocket, looking downfield, and he'll run out of bounds to stop the clock at about the 17-yard line. So he'll pick up 2 yards, stops the clock with 46 seconds, and brings up 3rd and 8.
The advantage that Valley has with the athletes that they have in that secondary is they're able to man up. Dowling is splitting out two guys way to the wide side of the field, and Valley says, yeah, we can do this. We can play this man-to-man, cover those guys, not worry about needing help over the top. As talented as they are in that secondary, when you put Zay Robinson and McGregory back, or not McGregory, but Olson, and so back there, they can man that up.
Zay Robinson, Gage Olson on the defense for Valley in the secondary, Ken Cribberry and Andrew Price. All right, 3 receivers left. Back to throw again is DePhillips. Looking, can't find anybody open, and he unloads it, and it's incomplete. It's knocked down at the initially by the Valley linebacker, and that might have been Jerome Horn, but the pass goes incomplete, and they'll bring up 4th and 8 for the Maroons, and we'll see. Maroons go for it, or they bring in the field goal unit. We're going to see.
Bring in the field goal unit.
Yes, they will. So this will be the 16th play of the drive, and this field goal will mark the ball on the right hash at the 25. This will be a 35-yard field goal attempt by Marty Blunt. Parker DePhillips will hold, and Wyatt Jones will be the long snapper. Penalty flag down, and they won't attempt it here with 39 seconds remaining. John,
got him to jump.
Let's go down to the Dowling sideline. Brian Morris. This has been a long drive for the Maroons. 16 plays back at the 20-yard lines where all this started, Brian.
Yeah, and they've done a lot of it with those quick out patterns, and it has given this team a little bit of confidence, you can tell. And again, we did not give Valley right now, we have 39 seconds. We did not give them the ball back with a lot of time in this half. We'll see if Dowling tries to pull them offsides another time, because that'll give them a first down.
Well, this went from a 35-yard field goal to a 30-yard field goal. DePhillips will hold. Wyatt Jones, the long snapper. Ball's down at the 20-yard line is where they'll spot it. It'll be a 30-yard field goal from the right hash into a northwest wind. Blount now, the kick is up, high enough, long enough, and it is good. 34 seconds remaining, and Dowling now has cut the Valley lead to 7. It's 17-10. Valley with the lead over the Maroons. We'll take a break with 34 seconds remaining in the first half from Valley Stadium in West Des Moines on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Save big at DeYarman CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeYarman CDJR Ames. DeYarmanAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
All right, we're back here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Dowling on the kickoff after the Maroons go 15 plays, 80 yards, capped off by a Marty Blount 30-yard field goal. Here's the kickoff by Dowling. It's picked up by the Tigers, and that is on the return up to about the 25-yard line before the return went south, and that was on the return Zay Robinson. And the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line with 29 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's go down to Brian Morris. Matt, Brian, any questions for Coach Wilson? I want to hear this.
No, I'm definitely going to ask him. I mean, the team did come back and show moxie to come down and get that field goal before halftime. That's got to give them a little momentum going into the sideline or going into the halftime. But you got to think about, that one pickoff is really the game.
Yeah, that's true. As the Tigers now have their offense, and DeGroat will take a knee, and I'll let you catch up with Coach Wilson here, Brian. That'll be the final play, apparently, of the first half, with Dowling trailing 17-10. Number 1 Valley 17, Dowling Catholic 10. We'll catch up with Dowling Catholic head football coach Tom Wilson here in a moment. Matt, go ahead.
They got a couple scores. They got Ankeny Centennial up big on Ames, 35-0. Ankeny is up on Southeast Polk, 10-7, and Cedar Falls is ahead of Johnson 7-0 right now.
All right, Brian Morris, you have head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling. Take it.
Yeah, Coach, you had the momentum there. Then Valley got that pick six. It kind of shifted, but the team really showed some moxie, as I said, coming back with that field goal.
We did, and it's just disappointing. We had that lull in the action for ourselves, and we made the mistake on the pick. If we wait on that a little bit, it might have been a touchdown the other way. But it is what it is. We stopped short of the sticks as we slid on third down, which was also a big play. So we just got to do better, and we're still in the ball game.
Oh, absolutely. Good luck, Coach, second half.
All right, thank you, Brian Morris, with Dowling Catholic head football coach Tom Wilson in his 20th year as a Maroons head coach. For some legendary coaches. Wilson in his 20th year at Dowling, 32 years overall. And how about Coach Swenson on that? For Gary, that's his 31st year at Valley, 50th year overall, and career 399 wins for Coach Swenson thus far in all the stops he's been. And how about for Coach Wilson at 199 here at Dowling? So some legendary players, some legendary coaches for these young men.
It is legendary, and Coach Swenson's been around, done it for a long time, but I can say I contributed to one of his losses as a player, so that's a good feeling from where I sit, at least.
Well,
anyway.
If I was talking to Gary, I don't think he'd say
no.
that.
A ton of respect for him and what he's done over the years. He's done an amazing job wherever he is.
All right, we're going to take a break. We are at halftime here at Valley Stadium. Dowling's home game is the band, and all their pageantry is getting set. We'll take a break, a 2-minute break along our network lines with our crew back at Iowa Catholic Radio. I want to thank Matt Wilkham, and he has Vinny Cataldo back there. So, guys, we'll take a 2-minute break. And along here, Sean Ingracias with CISN, Luke Silve and Reese Webb on the cameras tonight. We want to thank them. This is Mark Amadale for Matt Maindring and Brian Morris. We'll take a 2-minute break. Valley at halftime, leading Dowling 17-10 on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Save on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off, plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees. All at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
In West Des Moines, Mark Amadale here at halftime with the Valley Tigers leading Dowling Catholic by the score of 17-10. Our scoring in the first half for Dowling, Ian Middleton on the 37-yard run gave Dowling a 7-0 lead to start the game in the first quarter, and Tigers responded with a 31-yard field goal by Seppi Fratiani from 31 yards out. It was 7-3 at the end of the first quarter, Dowling with the lead, but the second quarter, the Tigers with two big touchdowns. Jaden McGregory, a 43-yard interception return, gave Valley a 10-7 lead with 11 minutes left in the second quarter, and then Quarterback Drake DeGroat on a 15-yard run. The extra point by the Tigers have made it 17-7 Valley with 5:10 left to go, and then Dowling kicking a field goal with 34 seconds remaining. Marty Blount from 30 yards out cut the lead to 7. It's 17-10. Number 1 Valley leading number 2 Dowling Catholic. And now I'm joined here at halftime. If you're watching on CISN, the person to my right is a longtime priest, retired priest of the Diocese of Des Moines, Father David Polich. And for those on radio, you'll recognize his voice. Father Polich, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, thanks for coming up here. You know, this is all lined up by the Cordero brothers, Joe and Sonny, and they're on some lake probably somewhere, and they sent you, so I apologize for what they did to you.
Well, I'll do my best, shall we say.
Well, Father Polich, you've been a longtime priest in the diocese. You're now retired, and I know you love athletics, just like a lot of us do. But you're coming today to talk about the Friends of Catholic Worker. For those of us growing up in Des Moines a long time, it's Catholic Worker House, but it's called Catholic Worker. And there's a lot of initiative behind the scenes going on with this, and that's what you're here to talk about, Father.
I am. The Catholic Worker movement goes back to, I guess, the 1930s, starting in New York City. Dorothy Day is the most familiar name for this international group, and she actually is up for possible canonization in the Roman Catholic Church. But back in about 1977, Frank Cordero started a Catholic Worker House here in Des Moines, the main one being on intersection of 7th and Indiana, just a couple blocks north of Mercy Hospital. And among many other things, they are a source of food, of meals for a lot of people in the community. They are open 7 days a week for dinners and serve about 700 people every week with meals, and are a source of many other things as well. A lot of folks that are mostly out on the streets receive during the winter time, they'll receive mittens and caps and coats and socks almost year round. So a lot of things happen. Many of you are familiar, I think, with the fact that the food pantries in Des Moines are just being bombarded these days. And so people who are even less able, who are maybe even living on the streets, have it much worse than they do. And so some of Frank's friends, particularly a couple of these old football buddies from Dowling, class of 1969, decided to form a nonprofit, a 503, a nonprofit to raise money for particularly the food needs there. And Frank's brother is part of this group. And I'm going to read something that he put together. Dr. Joe Cordero, who was a coach and teacher at Dowling for many years, principal at St. Anthony's, and now doing a lot of subbing at Dowling. But Joe wrote, Friends of Catholic Worker was organized to provide ongoing resources to the Des Moines Catholic Worker House in support of its 49-year mission that every guest walking in our door represents Jesus Christ himself. The Bishop Dingman House is open 5 days a week, serving over 700 meals a week for the needy and hungry. The Friends of the Catholic Worker are currently buying all the meat, rice, potatoes, and cooking supplies we use to feed our guests. A monthly donation to the Friends of the Catholic Worker will help us keep this tradition of hospitality going in the years to come. Please be generous, says Joe Cordero. And so that is part of my plea today. And we're asking people to go to to Google the Friends of Catholic Worker, and you'll find a couple of options for giving. One is PayPal. The hope is that we can build a regular, consistent source of fundraising if people can give regularly, monthly even. And that would be much appreciated. If that doesn't seem to be something that you're able to do, there's also an address there to send a donation. to the Friends of Catholic Worker, P.O. Box 1386, Ankeny 50021. And all of that, again, is on the website, the Friends of Catholic Worker.
Now, you've had different people that have been retired. I think I saw Ray Blaze on this a little bit. He's a big supporter. But what Sonny Cordero did for many years was run the Catholic Workers. I didn't realize 700 meals were served in a week. That's just 5 days a week. They could probably go 7.
And we're talking about, and they could if they had the food and the food and the assistance as well. There are many people that are involved. There are a lot of volunteers, and some people even bring meals. In fact, if people are interested in getting more connected with the Catholic Worker, they're always welcoming people just to come to visit. And anybody that would like to connect more or just visit individually or with a group, you're welcome to call Sonny, Frank Cordero, and I can give you his number. This is his number, 515-490-2490. And again, 49 years of service to the inner city of Des Moines, to anybody who stops in there in many fashions, and especially with giving them a meal and a place to get out of the cold.
Absolutely. Father Dave Polich, what's up with you? You're retired. I know you're involved with this project, but you're. I noticed you might be at a certain parish in the area once in a while on a Sunday.
Once in a while, I do sometimes masses in Spanish in various places. Most of us retired priests are on call, and so I get around in that way. Try to see what's going on in the city, also like with the worker and other things. Got my fingers in other, I won't say more enjoyable things, but they're more like play, and they don't pay. One of which is I've been immersed in baseball history since I was collecting the baseball cards, and particularly in the last 15 years or so with Negro League baseball. And I've been to a lot of conferences. The last one was in Cooperstown in June. So that's a sidelight of mine that I enjoy a lot.
Tremendous hobby. And Father David, we appreciate you being on. You knew that my sister Marilyn, you're her favorite priest all these years, and she's in her 50s now. So I just want you to know that it's been a while that you've had to hold that burden of being her favorite priest.
Well, thank you.
And
you're
very
kind.
Well, you're a lot of people's favorite priest. And Father Dave, good to see you. Thanks for coming up here to Valley Stadium.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And hopefully the Maroons maybe rally here in the second half. What a game we have.
Hopefully. I have to mention that I'm the class of 68. That was the first year we went undefeated.
Oh, that's right. The mythical state title, right?
Yeah.
Back then.
My sport was debate.
I'm glad you didn't use that tonight on me, Father. Father Dave Polich, thank you. You're a blessing, and we appreciate seeing you.
Thank you, Mark.
We're going to take a break, come back with more halftime from Valley Stadium. Our halftime score is Valley 17, Dowling Catholic 10 on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Say.
Brian, but second half, and it'll be Valley receiving the opening kickoff, I believe.
Yeah, I think it'll be key to see. Again, I think Dowling did a really good job of controlling Valley's offense. They missed several open receivers in the first half. I know the Valley team did. But the Maroons, I think, defensively played pretty well. As Coach said, you just got to overcome some of those mistakes. And he did say, I thought the quarterback, he slid instead of, he didn't fall on that key area in that second half or second quarter. But I think the Maroons, again, really helped them get that confidence back, because you could just feel it. There was a little just deflation on the sideline, but now it seems to be back up.
And I stand corrected. It'll be Dowling to receive the second half kickoff as we have the mandatory 3-minute warm-up going on right now. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring here back in the press box. We thank Brian for that report. And Matt, anything come to mind? I know you had a chance to look at some numbers at halftime, and I'm sure that interception for Valley was a big one, because it was a pick six by McGregory for 43 yards.
It was. And, I think in the end it was the ball control. That last drive, you cannot overstate how important that was from the standpoint of ball control. And you look at the halftime stats, and they're fairly even on the side of, and I got to look at this to make sure I got the right side here, as I look at this. But, the passing yardage everything's pretty even. Both offenses, the Dowling rushed for 12 times for 77 yards, Valley 15 times for 53 yards, and then passing yardage is 57 to 43. So, it's what you would expect between these two teams, and the difference right now is the pick six and the turnover. And so, you look for the second half. I think Valley is going to take some more shots deep. They're low risk from the standpoint of, if you don't hit it on the second and short or something like that, you still got a chance to get a first down. And I think they're going to take some shots with those athletes.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skellington's Formal Wear, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Blessman International. And a reminder that the fall fundraiser is coming up for Iowa Catholic Radio October 1st through the 4th. Iowa Catholic Radio's fall fundraiser special programming highlighting the very best of local and national educators, apologists, and evangelizers. The theme is, it takes all of us to teach, defend, and evangelize, as Iowa Catholic Radio is self-supporting. So keep that in mind, and you can go to iowacatholicradio.com to start donating now. And right now it's time for our Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight. Congratulations to September's recipients, Grace Fry and Juju Morrow, Dowling Catholic class of 2025. They were state doubles champions as juniors last spring, and they're being recognized as a witness to the very best of faith, academics, and student activities. You can hear Grace and Juju's interview with John Leonetti on the Catholic Morning Show, which, by the way, is heard 7 to 8, Monday through Friday, by visiting Iowa Catholic Radio's podcast page on Thursday, September 5th at iowacatholicradio.com. And our thanks to our sponsor of Dowling Catholic High School's activities page, Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology and Clive, offering a wide range of aesthetic and wellness services and providing customized care to have you looking your best. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. And Matt, Valley will kick off the Maroons. Dowling will be going into the wind here in the second half. It was about 10 to 20 miles per hour in that first half. It may be dying down here, but what are some of the keys as Dowling gets the ball first? We're going to see Ian Middleton back at tailback, I can get.
Yeah, we will. Just one comment on Grace and Juju. Congratulations on their state. And as good as they are in the tennis court, they're even better in the classroom. And they're just great kids to have in our building, great leaders. You're right. Going into the wind here, you're going to see Ian Middleton a little more on offense, and here we go with the kickoff.
All right, fielded by Dowling. That's Drexler near the goal line. Tries to get outside, struggling with the ball. Still on his feet at the 20-yard line, and finally bounced back. And it'll be first down Dowling from near there, as the Dowling offense will take the field. Carter Barrett, Brady Hagan, the left tackle and left guard respectively. Carter Smith, the captain at center, number 52. Cade Krause at right guard, and Josh Miller right tackle. Tight end Jacob Peterson. Fullback is Jackson Miller. Quarterback Parker DePhillips with tailbacks. Ian Middleton will get the start here in the second half, and Cohen Shelton, and receivers Jake Scow, Trey Wilson, Jack Barrett, along with Sam Drexler and Jimmy Nahas. So the Maroons with the first down at the 20. And here's a snap to Phillips. Will hand it off to Middleton, and Ian kind of moves down. Starts at left tackle, nobody home. Starts at left guard, nobody home, and now goes over right guard and maybe a yard up to the 20. They're going to get him at the 22-yard line for a gain of 2, and it's just tough. That Valley defensive line, we'll announce them here in a moment, Matt, but they were sticky there.
They were, and everybody in the stadium knew who was going to touch the ball there on that first snap, including the Valley defense. And Ian Middleton fought forward for a couple yards. One comment about the offensive line, I thought they did a great job in the first half, as young as they are. They really battled to the end.
And DePhillips had time when he needed it. A handoff goes to Middleton, and he gets up to the 25 for a gain of 3. To bring up 3rd and 5. So the Valley defense, the front four, Alonzo Jimenez, Ben Booth, Colin Strackersay, Jerome Horn. The defensive line, linebackers Drew Downing, Dane Christensen, Andrew Price, and Jaden McGregory. Zay Robinson, Gage Olson, and Cam Cribberry are the secondary, and they've held their own tonight. Maroons scored on their opening drive of the night on a 7-play, 57 yards. 3rd and 5 for the Maroons. Back to throws to Phillips. Parker looks right, fires over the middle. The pass is caught by Trey Wilson at midfield, and he steps out of bounds at the Valley 43-yard line, and that has the Dowling fans on their feet across the way.
You know, and this was the thing at the end of the first half. You saw him taking those short ones, and right here he turned it loose to Trey down the sideline and hit him in stride. He overthrew those in the first half. Hit Trey this time, and they executed well.
Right, Dowling with the football as they go from the Valley 43, and they may have lost a yard here. Let's see a little swing pass to the right side, and no gain on the play, they'll call it.
Yeah, and that was a little swing pass out there to Trey, and just keeping that defense in honest out there. A little hurry up, a little tempo here as Dowling gets a little momentum moving forward.
2nd and 10, Dowling at the Valley 43. 17-10, Valley with the lead here in the 3rd quarter as we start the second half at Valley Stadium. And it is a packed house here. DePhillips looks left, throws left, has a man open. It's caught. Nice catch by Scow. There's an inside move at the 20, inside the 15, and finally wrestled down from behind by the Tigers. And they'll spot him down at the 6-yard line, at the 11-yard line, excuse me. It'll be a first down Dowling, and I got behind that defender for the Tigers.
He did. They broke off short. That's a halftime adjustment right there. They saw something in how Valley was coverage-wise, and Dowling broke it off. You can see it on the replay. Scow breaks it deep, and he's wide open. I mean, there wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him when he first caught the football.
So Dowling with the first down at the 11, they'll call it. 32-yard reception that time by Scow to go along with the 32 reception earlier by Trey Wilson. Handoff goes to Middleton. Looks right. Now he bounces the ball outside of right guard out to right tackle and tight end, and he gets down inside the 10. They'll spot him down at the 7, gain of 4.
Early on in the season here, watching Middleton run, he does a really good job of once he plants his foot and goes upfield, he is putting his shoulders down and getting yards.
Bring up 2nd and 6. Dowling can get a first down. Middleton on the carry, gets inside the 5, down to about the 3, they'll call it, for a gain of 3.
Going up tempo here and catching the Valley defense on their heels a little bit. They're going to go right back up on the ball here. 2 straight gives to Middleton down here inside the 10.
All right, DePhillips out of the shotgun. Give to Millip right over center. Plows his way in, uses his legs, pushing towards the goal line. Touchdown! Ian Middleton from 4 yards out. Matt, that play was stopped at the 2. And the offensive line, along with Ian Middleton's strength, prevailed. Touchdown Maroons, and Dowling is 1 point away from tying the game.
If you're watching on CISN, you see this replay. That is over that left side. That's over Hagan and the freshman. And they give him an extra blocker with Miller, and they got the job done on that left side. And that's a lot of hard for Middleton.
Offensive line had a hat on everyone, and now Blount in for the extra point for Dowling as Middleton carries for his 2nd touchdown tonight, this time from 4 yards out. And Blount in for the extra point for Dowling. The holder is DePhillips. The ball is down, the kick is up, And ladies and gentlemen, we're tied. Tied at 17, Dowling and Valley. Number 1 and number 2 with 8:36 to go, third quarter. We'll return to Valley Stadium in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Save big at DeYarman CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeYarman CDJR Ames. DeYarmanAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 of a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium. Here's a kickoff by Dowling and Blunt. And the Tigers now on the return across the 30 up near the 32-yard line. Valley will take over 1st and 10 after Dowling goes 8 plays, 80 yards to take the opening kickoff of the second half. And they tie the score on a Ian Middleton 4-yard run. Monty Block's extra point is good. Tied at 17. Brian Morris, a different Dowling sideline as we go down to you.
It really was, guys. And the pass patterns, Dowling was doing some really out and up. Valley to kind of bite on that first. Two guys opened so quickly in the on that drive.
All right, first down, Valley. And they'll put the line of scrimmage at their own 32-yard line. 8:30 remaining here in the third quarter. We're tied here at Valley Stadium. And on play action, they give it to Mason, and like a little read option, if you will. Valley did a little bit of that. DeGroat's handoff went right to Mason, and he is snowed under by the maroon jerseys in the backfield. Lost back to the 29 of 3 yards.
And I saw Coach Perry talking to Ian Middleton after that series, and they're going to determine where they can spot him some rest. And Leo Thornton made a play there in the backfield, and if Leo Thornton plays like that, he can give Ian Middleton a little more rest.
You probably heard Coach Wilson and I talking about that a little last week. He said, yeah, these number 2 defensive linemen, because Carter Smith and a couple others are going both ways. Well, Leo's the guy that is, trying to get time, and you just called out a great point. Brings up 2nd and 13 Valley from their own 29, tied at 17 here in the third quarter with 7:41, and we got a timeout on the field. And
that drives the coach nuts right there. You got to call a timeout early in the half like this to just get your offensive set on second down.
I think we're going to keep it here, Sean, so along our network stations as we simulcast tonight. Our thanks to the CISN folks for letting us tag along on their audio portion. And, of course, Iowa Catholic Radio, our 48th year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic sports here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And our thanks to the many people that showed up at the men's stag on Wednesday night. I only saw one. I heard one administrator was there. The other one was really busy with something else. I'm sure it was school related. But Mr. Maynard, we had a great time, and that steak was really good.
I bet it was.
Cooked by the Knights.
I missed out.
And I want to give a shout out to all the people, the Knights of Columbus. I think it was St. Francis and others that were out there. They did a great job. We had a great time. Beautiful night, just like it is here, and raising money for Iowa Catholic Radio. We are self-supported, and don't forget our fall fundraiser coming in October. So Valley uses their first timeout. They have 2 remaining here in the second half. It brings up 2nd and 13 Tigers from their own 29. DeGroat at quarterback, Drake DeGroat, and he's had Darius Mason and Jakari Clark in his backfield, and they rotate backs, does Valley. DeGroat back to throw out of the shotgun. Now being chased, rolls to his right, looking downfield, fires. The pass is caught at the 47-yard line. First down Valley, and they get a big play there. Grevengood with the catch. Trent Grevengood, the junior wide receiver.
Yeah, the defensive line right there had a little bit of a breakdown. Whether or not it was a hold, and the offensive lineman's kind of laying on the edge guy right here. You can see it on Bobo right there. Kind of gets pulled to the ground, creates an alley for DeGroat, and he makes a great pass. And DeGroat throws it on the run, on target to Trent Grevengood. Great pass.
So a 16-yard catch, first down Valley at their own 45 as we approach the 7-minute mark in the third quarter. Handoff to Mason. He slips a tackle, fights his way up to the 50-yard line for a gain of 5. And that'll bring up second down and 5 for Valley at midfield.
Strong run by Mason there on first down, and they were looking for some of that. And I was wondering if Jakari Clark is going to come back in. He was shook up a little bit after that kickoff, but he's on the field right now and in the tailback position. And he's had more success in the backfield in this game.
So a 5-yard run. Brings up 2nd and 5 for Valley. Tigers with 3 receivers left. They go left to right, north to south. Handoff to the other tailback, Jakari Clark, and he's got the first down. He crosses the 45 down to the 40, and they'll mark him down inside the 40 at the Dowling 38. A nice run of 12 yards for Clark.
Good run on an inside zone play, and you can see as on the replay that he found the crease inside and almost a little bit too deep of penetration by the defensive line. Got a little deep, and it created an alley, and Jakari Clark takes advantage of it for a 12-yard run.
So it's 1st and 10, Valley. Line of scrimmage, the Dowling 38-yard line on that run of 12 yards by Jakari Clark. Clark, like Mason, a senior. Tigers with 2 receivers right, and they'll send Robinson in motion. They look to Robinson. He's running the near side. He's wide open in the end zone, but they overthrew him incomplete. A little too much air under the football by Drake DeGroat, the quarterback for Valley, but I'll tell you what, you could tell
he was gone.
Robinson was the guy.
Yeah, he was gone. And almost looked like Canadian football there because he turned upfield a little bit. He comes in motion across the formation, and he has a head of steam going as the ball is snapped, and you got to give him some room. And he got behind the defense, and you know, he just got overthrown. Otherwise, that was a touchdown.
Christopher Giras is our referee. Zach Burt, Tom Behrens, Mitch Stolwell, Sean Behrens, Lance Ploger, and Jerome Vaughn are our officials tonight, doing a great job. And now DeGroat on the handoff gives it to, once again, that's Clark, and he turns the corner, and he's wrapped up right at the 30-yard line for a pickup of 8. So he's getting a pretty good chunk. Descharme and company were there to make the stop for Dowling.
They've found a little success now on the short side of the field. When the ball's in the right hash, they're running towards the Valley sideline. And so they're running to the boundary in the short side of the field, finding the advantage there in numbers, and making some big runs there is Jakari. And Will Barreto comes up from the safety position, makes a real nice tackle there for the Maroons.
So it's 3rd down and 2 for Valley. Dowling at the Dowling 30-yard line. Again, tied at 17. We're at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Beautiful night here is number 1 Valley, number 2 Dowling. Both teams undefeated. Hand off to Clark. Right up the gut he goes over center, and he falls forward. And he's picked up the first down at the Dowling 27-yard line. They'll spot him down.
Taking advantage of his speed there as he explodes through that big offensive line. Found an alley and knew he just needed a couple yards and picked it up with ease.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Blessman International, Bozen the Florist, and Construction Professionals. Tigers will break the huddle with 1 receiver to the left and 1 to the right. Pair of wingbacks outside both tackles. Here's a snap, and DeGroat. The give is to Clark. Turns the corner, and he's swallowed up. No gain in the play. As, let's see, they're going to give him a yard to the 26-yard line. This will be the 9th play coming up of the Valley drive. It started back in their own 32 here, Matt.
Great play by Joel Sanko coming from his outside linebacker position. That's his alley to close down there on that edge, and he met him as he's bouncing to the edge and stood him up right at the line of scrimmage and makes a great tackle there for the Maroons.
Valley, unlike most teams, will huddle up between offensive plays.
Gives us more time to talk.
That does. Get it in while you can, because when Dowling has the ball, it's get a breath. All right, Zay Robinson and the bunch receivers to the left, and now DeGroat flush in the pocket, launched the ball in the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. The Dowling safety was nearly all over, and that's Will Barreto, but the intended receiver was well defended, and a nice ball that time, as DeGroat threw against the grain there as he rolled to his left for the right-handed quarterback.
He really has impressed me in how he can throw on the run, and that one was just off. You know, and at halftime, Coach Perry, the defensive line coach, I'm sure was talking to his kids about giving up the edge. And right there, Ryan Bobo did a much better job from that defensive line standpoint of holding the edge and forcing DeGroat back instead of letting him roll up and throw that pass in rhythm.
Miller, Ducharme, Manning, and Sanko, the Dowling linebackers. Bobo, Carter Smith, Owen Pins, and Ian Middleton on the line. Now handoff goes once again to Clark, and he's swallowed up. Might have lost yard. Back to the 27-yard line, and coming up the 12th play of the drive, but a loss of 1 on the play to bring up 3rd and 9 for Valley.
You'd have to watch that on the replay. It looked like Dowling had a stunt on or some kind of a slant because every one of them was through, and there was no place. I mean, there was 4 maroon jerseys behind the line of scrimmage, and so they had that play snuffed out in a hurry. So it's 4th and long here.
It is 4th down, 4th and 10.
And it's that awkward spot in the field. You know, you're out of field goal range in high school. That's a 45-yard field goal, so you're going to go for it here.
Watch the tight end, number 88. Right. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Back to throws DeGroat on play action. Has time, rolls to his right, now being chased, fires as he throws it. And it is caught out of the end zone, and they're going to wave it off. They do.
Yeah.
Nice play by the Tigers, but out of bounds was the intended receiver. We'll take a look at it on the replay, but that was caught by Grevin Good with the catch, but he caught it on the boundary.
He did, and that was a great throw by DeGroat. And he's under pressure, and he had the guy in his face, corks it loose, but he was out. Yeah, and you'd have to slow it down, back it up. That 1 foot, again, in high school football, you only need 1 foot. Might have been as close as last night's play.
That was a toenail last night.
That was a toenail.
This is a foot. Brian Morris, come on in on the Dowling sideline. They're going nuts over there on the east side.
Yeah, the Dowling student section is going nuts. And again, the defense did a great job holding. One thing the coaching staff keeps getting on the defensive ends is not letting that quarterback get outside containment, which he has a lot tonight.
All right, 1st down, Dowling. Thank you, Brian Morris, on the Dowling sideline tonight. The Maroons at their own 27. The handoff goes to Middleton, who's back in. Ian is brought down right about the 29 for a gain of 2 to bring up 2nd and 8 as the Maroons now trying to get something going. They scored on their last possession on a 8-play, 80-yard drive, and now they start from their own 27 here.
Great job by CISN there, giving me the replay in slow motion, and he did get possession of it, but he was out of bounds. 1 foot was right on the line. The second one, as he's getting possession, was down out of bounds. So no doubt out of bounds. And Maroons now take it over again here on 2nd down.
And thanks to Sean Ingracias and his crew, Luke Sylvain and Reese Webb on the cameras tonight. Handoff Middleton. Ian puts his head down, gets up to the 30 and maybe the 31 for a gain of 2, but it's tough yardage as those Valley linebackers are all over that. You see Gage Olson, Kerberry, and Dane Christensen and Downing all around the ball. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 for Dowling here, man.
That's a stout front, and that's tough yardage in there. And again, that offensive line, the young offensive line is growing and going, but that defensive front, there's not a lot of yards there.
So Dowling with a 3rd and 6 from their own 31-yard line. Tied at 17, minute and a half remaining 3rd quarter of a showdown of the top 2 teams in Class 5A. DePhillips back to throw, and now he has pressure, and he's down. He'll be sacked back inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, a loss of 4, and will bring up 4th down for Dowling as the Valley defense converges with their defensive line. Jimenez, Booth, Say, and Horn.
Yeah, DePhillips didn't have a ton of time. The pockets collapsed on him, and he's only taken a 3-step drop, and he's finding a little room there, but had to pull the trigger quickly if he was going to get that ball loose. And the Valley defense stood up. They needed that to stop the momentum that Dowling was having.
So they'll spot forward progress at the 28, a loss of 3 on the sack. Maroons now will punt it away, and Connor Larson in the punt, and he gets it away. Lands at the 50 and takes a Valley bounce, and the Maroons down it at the Dowling 43. So the Tigers will have pretty good field position as they start their drive with 35 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. 1st down Valley at the Dowling 43. Let's go down to Brian Morris on the Dowling sideline for an update.
Yeah, there's 2 Valley guys down on the field right now. They're both kind of sprawled out. I think they're not close to each other, so they didn't hit each other, but they are attending to them right now. Looks like one's number 14. I can't see the one on the middle of the field.
That's not good. We'll let we got a stoppage of play with 35 seconds remaining. And Matt, I know you've had some scores. I don't know if anything else has come by, but if you have an update on scores, this would be the time to do it with 35 seconds remaining. We're tied at 17 here in the 3rd quarter at Valley Stadium.
I think we still have Cedar Falls up on Johnson. Well, it's only 14-7. It's 14-7 at the half. Southeast Polk is coming back against Ankeny, is now up on them 14-10. Kennedy, who we played last week, Pleasant Valley is ahead of them at halftime, 21-20. Kennedy had led most of the first half. And in Iowa City, Urbandale was ahead just before half, and now are behind 17-14. Centennial's having their way with Ames. And as we move through these scores, that's what we got right now.
All right, Matt, thanks for that update. Here it's 35 seconds remaining, and injured Valley player they're attending to now is at the Dowling 35-yard line with the training staff, trying to get a number, and I have not been able to do so. And we will keep it here. It's number 33. Okay, thank you very much, Sean. And that is Dane Christensen, one of their starting linebackers. And
thanks, Word.
One position you don't want to have anybody down. He gets up under his own power and assists it off. The Valley fans in front of us giving a round of applause, as the Dowling fans are, but that's their starting linebacker, Christensen.
Yeah, that had been a big loss. It's fortunate to see the young man get up and trot off the field as he goes in. You know, they do have a tent here, and I don't know if they're going to go to that, but as they're on offense, he gets a chance to catch his breath here, and hopefully we'll be able to go back on the field for the Tigers.
All right, the Valley offense on the field. They're going to line up in a bunch formation to the right of the formation as they go left to right, Valley, north to south. We're at the bottom of your screen if you're watching on CISN. One receiver to the left. DeGroat back to throw, fires out, wants to set up the screen. The pass is incomplete as he threw it to his intended receiver, Jakari Clark, out of the backfield. That was kind of a screen setup right over center, but they had the three receivers bunched out outside the numbers to the right.
And a good play by Dylan Manning, and that's why that young man is highly sought after. Is he read that play and broke it up right away, and good pressure from the front. You could see as quickly as the defensive line got through that they were setting up the screen, and Dylan Manning read it perfectly.
And tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by the Instruction Professionals, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Fast Signs in Clive. 2nd and 10 Valley. The give is to the tailback, and that is Jakari Clark, and he sprints right through there and picks up a first down inside the 35 down to the 31 of Dowling.
On that delayed handoff, there was a big gap on that left side, and he had an alley to run through and exploded up the middle, and you'll be able to see it on the replay. On that left side of the line, a crease opened up, and actually it was on the right side. It must have been a kind of a slant to the strength of the offense there from the defense, and Jakari took advantage of it.
He certainly did, and brings up, it's a first down Valley, 12-yard carry by Clark, the backup tailback for Valley, and that is the end of the third quarter. We've come to an end here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. What a game. Top two teams in Class 5A. Number 1 Valley 17, number 2 Dowling 17. We're at the end of the third quarter. We'll return alongside Matt Maindring, Mark Amadale, Brian Morris on the sidelines tonight. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Love that music, Matt Wilkham. And Vinny Cataldo playing it tonight. Start of the fourth quarter, Valley with the football, and here is once again the tailback, Clark with it, and he's getting a load of the carries here in the second half. Carries up the middle, first down Valley inside the Dowling 20 to the 18-yard line, gain of 13 here, Matt.
When Will Barretto is making tackles, that's not a good sign from that safety position. That he's got to come up and get to Clark, and they found a crease there. They found an alley. and they've been taking advantage of it here at the start of this drive.
So Valley with the pair of runs of 12 and 13 yards respectively for Clark. And it's a first down, Tigers at the 18 of Dowling. Tied at 17, Dowling and Valley here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Mason back in, and Darius is stood up right at the 15, falls forward down to the 13 for a pickup of 5, and that was a collision at the end of that.
Yeah, that was, and I couldn't quite tell if that was who was in the first hit there on Mason, but he popped him pretty hard, but Mason ends up winning the battle and falls forward for extra yardage, and it was Aiden Ducharme. Aiden Ducharme came up and stuck him, but Mason still fell forward off of that hit.
2nd and 5, Valley. Mason a carry of 5 yards. Here's a snap out of the shotgun. The give is to Mason, and this time he stood up maybe for a yard or two down to the 11. They'll give him 2, and it'll bring up 2nd down, or rather 3rd down for Valley at the 11 of Dowling.
He took a pretty good shot there again as he trots to the sideline, and Clark comes back in, and this tandem for Valley is starting to wear down that defensive front for the Maroons.
All right, 3rd down and 3 for Valley. 10 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, 4th quarter, and we're tied at 17. Valley led at halftime 17-10, and Dowling has the only score of the second half. And now a little miscommunication. DeGroat tried to hand it off, and he kept the football, and he's hit, and they kind of ran an old version of the option, and they're going to spot forward progress back to the 12, maybe the 13 for a loss on the play for Valley, and it brings up 4th and 3, and the field goal unit coming in.
Carter Smith comes in and makes that play, and you wonder if it was that read option play that they had success with earlier down at this end of the field where, he was supposed to read and then take off, and he made a big play for a touchdown, their only touchdown, and offensive touchdown. Well, I guess it's the second one. But anyway, that's what it was.
All right, then we'll attempt a 29-yard field goal, Will Valley, and Seppi Fratiani. His kick is up, and it is good. So the Tigers now retake the lead, 20-17 over Dowling, with 9:25 to go here in the 4th quarter. We'll return after these messages on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
All right, we're back here at the Valley Stadium, and on the kickoff, this is Sam Drexler, and he may take it to the house. Sam all the way to the end zone, touchdown, and Dowling has taken the lead. Answering back, we're going to see if this holds up. No, a penalty flag back at the 40-yard line of Dowling, but Matt Maindring, spurt by Drexler.
I was kind of waiting, and I'm sure the young man, when he stumbled on that one kickoff, because that kid's got the explosive energy.
We'll try to get the call here from our referee, holding on Dowling on the return, so that'll wipe it out. But if we get the return, Sean, and you'll see where Sam gets the ball and he makes one move and virtually untouched, but holding on the Maroons as he made one move and gone.
The kicker wasn't going to get him. And, it's Drexler is capable of that, and that's what the excitement that young man can bring to the game. And unfortunate that it gets called back, because that's a game changer right there. And
certainly is. And, it went from exuberation, Brian Morris, on the Dowling sideline to 1st and 10.
Yeah, guys, I was just thinking down here, we've had such a clean game, and I was thinking that before that kickoff, so blame that one on me, because there have not been a lot of penalties tonight.
Yeah, there hasn't. It's been very, very much a clean game. So Dowling now with a First down, thank you, Brian Morris, at their own 30-yard line. Hand off Middleton, and Ian plods his way across the 30 up to the 33-yard line.
Colin Shelton's back in on this series.
Oh, yes, he is. Thank you.
Yep, and he makes a nice little jab step in there, and he's able to get up and get a few yards. And one Valley player struggling back to the line of scrimmage, and that is Jerome Horn, the defensive end. But he's going to stay in the game and battle through it.
All right, 2nd and 7, Dowling. Shelton in at tailback, but they take him out for now. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right for Dowling, empty backfield, no tight ends. Here's Parker DePhillips, the Dowling senior quarterback, fires it out, caught by Sam Drexler, and he's tripped up as he tried to get up to the 50-yard line. Shoestring tackle at the 47 by Valley, and that may have saved some extra yards by Luke Walter on the stop.
Luke Walter saved a touchdown. Drexler goes, I'm going to get it back. You know, he was thinking it once he caught that ball and eluded the first tackle. And he had an open field, and that was a great play by the Valley defender.
16-yard reception for Sam Drexler. First down, Dowling at their own 49. As we approach the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter, Dowling and Valley. Valley leads 20-17. Phillips launches the ball for Wilson. It's incomplete. They had Trey on an island out there, and he was defended by Cribberry, and the pass is overthrown incomplete.
And he was able to get behind him, but DePhillips threw that to the edge a little bit, and Trey was running a little more towards the hash, and so just a little bit overshot. I like looking for those shots once in a while because that loosens things up underneath, and now you can take those. You're going to be able to take those short ones.
And Matt, that might be the first pass to Trey where he wasn't in double coverage tonight.
True.
That was a single coverage. Good recognition by Parker DePhillips. Brings up 2nd and 10, Dowling from their own 49. And so now put a man in motion, and that being Kyle Schumacher. Back to throws to Phillips, fires it out, and the pass is caught and wrapped up immediately as Barrett will stay in bounds with the catch up to the 46 of Valley.
A nice 5-yard gain, and it doesn't look like much, but you cut it in half. You go from first or 2nd and 10 to 3rd and 5, and now you give yourself a lot of options here on 3rd down.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandring. On the Dowling sideline is Brian Morris. The Maroons now with a 3rd and 5 from the Valley 46. Dowling has to get to the Valley 40 for a first down. Wilson is split out wide to the right with 2 receivers, and now we're going to get a timeout called, and we'll take it with him. 7:16 remaining fourth quarter. Timeout on the field. Valley leading 20-17 over Dowling Catholic. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISM.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
All right, we're back here at Valley Stadium. 3rd and 5 Dowling. DePhillips back to throw from his own 46. Fires the ball out, and it's off the end of the fingertips of Jake Scow. Incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th and 5 for Dowling. The Maroons just a little bit short on the reception.
That's a fingertip. That's a fingertip right there, and we can't blame that on the wind, can we, Brian Morris? Because the wind, the flags aren't moving anymore.
No, they have gone down, guys. That was just a tough one. It was just off his fingertips, and you could the crowd moan behind us as soon as that fell through.
And that was a great throw and just off his hands, and it was a great play by both sides.
It certainly was, and now Dowling will be forced to punt. Back deep for Valley is Jaden McGregory, who's already went for a touchdown. And here is the punt by Connor Larson. Valley will let it bounce, and now it's picked up and touched by Joel Sanko. So Valley will have it with a first down, leading 20-17. 7 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the Tigers with the first down right around their own 16-yard line. And Brian Morris will go right back down to you. What say you on the Dowling sideline? The Maroon offense is just inches away from getting deep into Valley territory.
They really were. That you think back to that kickoff was so critical with that hold because that was a touchdown. And we've seen this guys a lot in the last 20 years. Valley gets the ball with 7 minutes to go, and they definitely could run out the clock for sure. Dowling needs to step up and make a big stop here.
Yeah, they're not going to be in any hurry. And now DeGroat with a little swing pass to the right, and it's caught, and now making a move in that once again is Zay Robinson. He's down the far sideline before being run out of bounds short of midfield. What a run by one of their better athletes in Robinson.
Boy, and you talk about a game of inches, because that little flare pass was just missed by the Dowling defender. Oh, Ian Middleton just about has that. And Zay Robinson makes a nice move on Dylan Manning and then runs down the sideline. Great job by Will Barreto keeping leverage on him to not let him run for a touchdown.
And
he must have stepped out a little earlier.
He did. They stopped. They say he stepped out of bounds at the 44. That'll go for 28 yards. Was that a lateral or was it a run?
I think it was a lateral.
So we'll call it a run. 28-yard run by Robinson. First down, Valley. And now here's DeGroat. Wants to throw. Rolls to his left. Has time. Now stops and is trying to buy some time. And he'll dump it out of bounds. Incomplete with 6:42 to go here in the fourth quarter, bringing up 2nd and 10 Valley. Tigers will live for another down, and DeGroat showing his experience there, saw that the play was busted.
He really did, because I'll tell you what, he ran a lot of yards.
Yes, he did.
And he was running backwards for a lot of those yards. He makes a heads-up play, throws it out of bounds beyond the mark.
And the fortunate thing is the clock is stopped. Now timeouts remaining. Dowling has 2, and Valley has 2 timeouts. But the Maroons trail by 3. With 6:42 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Tigers with the 2nd and 10 coming up from their own 44. DeGroat out of the shotgun. He's got one back in the backfield with him. Low snap, and now DeGroat will just fall down and on the play. He'll just kneel down as his tailback that time, Jakari Clark, actually fended off a Dowling defender who was coming right at him.
He did, and the bad snap, and DeGroat just couldn't find the handle on it and get it back, and ends up slipping a little bit and then ends up taking the knee.
Unfortunately, the clock will continue to run. Valley trying to milk the clock. It'll bring up 3rd down and 16 for Valley. Ball back. Headline, and he's tripped up by his ankle tops right at the 42-yard line for a gain of 4.
I couldn't tell if that's Bobo on the side.
From 31 and 29 yards. Marty Blount has made a 30-yarder, and of course a pick 6. Middleton with a pair of touchdowns. It's a typical Dowling Valley game. Got a little bit of everything.
You got a little bit of everything.
All right, it's first down Dowling. They're going to say the Phillips went out of bounds at the 42. He passes over the middle, or that is Middleton, and he's near a first down. Middleton with the handoff, and somebody got a lick on in the backfield, it looks like.
They gave Middleton the bounce there. I thought his knee might have went down early, but they gave him the spot and give him the first down. As Dowling is gaining a little momentum here, and you see the fatigue starting to set in. You see a couple Valley players come off, and this Dowling offense is starting to execute as they normally do in the fourth quarter.
10-yard run by Middleton. 1st and 10 Dowling at the Valley 48. They give it on the ground to Middleton, and Ian is swallowed up. Hit in the backfield. I'll tell you what, great effort that time by the Valley defense. They sucked it up for one play and making the stop.
Did you get the number on that? That was a great play in the backfield. I couldn't tell if it was Jerome Horn from his defensive end position on that, but he makes a nice play in the backfield and a great play for Valley.
4 minutes remaining, and Dowling now brings in their plays. Maroons now will have one receiver to the left, one to the right, 2 tight ends, and an extra tackle in there. 2nd and 11 Maroons from the Valley 49, and the handoff goes to Shelton, and Cohen slides up inside the 45 down to the 42 of Valley for a gain of 6.
A shoestring tackle again by Drew Downing from his outside linebacker position, because they slipped Colton out the edge, and he was taken off, Shelton was, as he had a nice alley out there on the left side.
So it's 3rd and 4 Maroons from the Valley 42. 3:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ball's on the Valley 42, and it's 3rd and 4 Dowling. The score, Valley 20, Dowling 17. Number 1 versus number 2. DePhillips back to throw. Rolls to his right, looking, can't find anybody open. He's going to keep it across the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. He'll gain 7, and it's a first down Dowling. That stops the clock, Matt, at the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, great athletic play by DePhillips there as he recognized the offensive line walled it down. On the right side of that line, Cade Krause, John Schmiller, they walled it off for him, and this time DePhillips broke the edge, and they didn't hold the edge on the Valley defense.
All right, Dowling now will send 2 receivers to the left. One of them is Trey Wilson to the far left of the formation. One back in the backfield, and that is Shelton. DePhillips, the quarterback. Parker back to throw. Throws in the end zone, looking for Trey Wilson. He overthrew him, incomplete. Single coverage out there by Valley. And that's the second time tonight we've seen single coverage by the Tigers. And the pass was overthrown, incomplete, and well defended by Cam Kerberry.
It was, and that was the play last week. I don't know if it was the exact same play, but pretty close, where DePhillips threw it over the top into the bucket right before Trey in the backside of the end zone.
How's the sideline over there, Brian Morris?
It's just Dowling's methodically going down the field. They haven't used what they did in the first half when they were doing those short side 5-yard outs.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a few more of those.
Parker's got his eye on things, and here's a handoff to Shelton, and he squirts through there. He's got the first down at the 26-yard line. A pickup of 9, Matt.
Great run by Shelton right there, and that's as aggressive as a run as we've seen him yet this year for him, and just an outstanding finish on that play there for Shelton.
Cohen Shelton, a 5'7", 170-pound junior. Not the biggest kid, but I'll tell you what, he's got quick feet, and he gets through the hole.
Oh, they didn't give him the first down, so he is a yard short.
All right, at the 26, 3rd and 1, and Dowling will give it to Shelton. He's got the first down now. Now that offensive line pushes down near the 20. They'll spot him at the 21. A 1-yard gain ended up being a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, now you're down there in position, and they run an extra lineman off the field as Max Thomas runs off, and now you go back to a normal set and leaving Shelton in here. Shelton's showing a little explosiveness right now that's giving this offense a little juice as both teams wear down at the end of this ball game.
That's true. Again, Dowling with an extra lineman, 1st and 10 Maroons from the 21-yard line to give us to Shelton, and Cohen gets it down to the 19 of Valley for a gain of 2. Very methodical here as the Maroons are just marching down. They started this drive back on their own 30-yard line at the 5:45 mark, and here we are 4 minutes later, Matt.
And this is that gut check time, and you're winding this thing down, and coaches, they're both letting this clock run down, and they're sitting here looking. You're in field goal range, a long field goal be it, but right now Coach Wilson is thinking score.
All right, Dowling with a 2nd and 8 at the Valley 19. We go left to right, north to south at the Tiger 19. Hand off Shelton, looking for a hole, tries to squirt out, and gets down to the 15-yard line for a gain of 4. And it'll bring up 3rd and 4 for Dowling.
Bounce that to the 15-yard line. Great run by Shelton. Got stopped up inside, bounced it to the edge as the clock runs down to a minute right here. And here we go. 3rd and 4 with a minute left.
We're going to take a timeout.
Yep.
1 minute remaining in the contest. 20-17, Valley leads Dowling here in the fourth quarter. Back in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN. All right, back here at Valley Stadium. 61 seconds remaining, 3rd and 4 Dowling from the Valley 15. This will be the 11th play of the Dowling drive. It started back at their own 30 with 5:45 left to go, and now we have a minute and 1 second. Back to throws to Phillips on 3rd and 4. Parker wants to keep the football, running through traffic. He's hit and dropped, no gain on the play. He may have.
It looked like Valley, the clock is stopped here. don't know who took the timeout. Valley take a timeout? As Dowling sends in the field goal unit. Yeah, Valley's taking a timeout.
And official now will let us know. And it is timeout Valley. We'll keep it here with 53 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Our score, number 1 Valley 30, number 2 Dowling Catholic 17. Alongside Matt Maindring, Mark Amadale. It's been quite the night on this Friday night. Brian Morris is right in the middle of things in the Dowling sideline, which is on the far side tonight. Brian, come on in. This is going to be a field goal attempt for Dowling, it looks like.
Yeah, is this how it always is every Valley Dowling game? Because this is a great football game. It's been back and forth. I know both coaches are going to say if one one's going to lose, but they're going to say it's a game of inches. One play here, one play there. But this.
Yeah, it could be. You're breaking up. The mic's breaking up just a bit, so you might be out of our range since you're on the far side of the field. But
34. Well, would it be a 34-yard field goal right here?
He's
got it on the line.
Yeah,
so
35. Yeah, 35-yard field goal attempt by Dowling. And Marty Blunt, the holder, will be the starting quarterback, Parker DePhillips. And the long snapper for Dowling, Wyatt Jones from the right hash. Left to right in front of us towards the south end. The ball is down, kick is up, high enough, long enough, and it is good! We're tied at 20 with 48 seconds to go. And Brian Morris, you better find your overtime end zone, my friend.
Yeah, that was Parker DePhillips did a great job because that snap was a little low, and he got the ball up for the kicker because it was kind of a knuckleball through there.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because we were blocked a little bit, and he looked like he had to shuffle with it, but he got it and placed it down, and there we are.
Do we get extra pay for this, Mark?
I haven't seen anything. We can take that up with the board.
Okay, that's fine. I was just wondering.
Well, he comes back and that caps off a 12-play, 70-yard drive for Dowling. They settle for 3, and that is the 4th field goal of this contest between Dowling and Valley. Both field goal kickers have a pair of field goals each to their credit, man.
And you wouldn't have guessed that coming in. That these two kids would be the difference here so far. And what a night! What a great football game. And now this kickoff, and the thing about Valley is they've got weapons back there. You take Tay Robinson back there. You got as I look back here, you got Manny Remick, and they've got a lot of speed back there. And you got
the ball's going to end up right here.
I think that it's that.
Let's set it the stage.
One of those pop flies.
Dowling has 2 timeouts remaining. Valley is out of timeouts.
Oh, yeah, Valley called the timeout.
Valley called the timeout when the Maroons had the football last. So, all right, Blount will kick off from his own 40, and I don't think it's going to go very far. It's certainly not going to go in the hands of McGregory and company, and it's fielded at the 20-yard line by one of the upbacks, and he gets it up to the 30, and he's brought down there, and that's the backup tailback on the return, Jakari Clark. So that's where we're at. Valley's football. They'll have a first down with 42 seconds remaining and no timeouts, and the Tigers will start from their own 30-yard line here, Matt.
Yeah, this is, and the thing with Valley here is they've got the athletes, they've got the speed to get something loose deep, and you're going to believe that Zay Robinson's going to touch a football here with 42 seconds to go. And last week, they scored 14 points in the fourth quarter, and it's athletes.
And at last I checked, we still have 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter, so you got to be mindful of that. All right, Tiger offense on the field, one receiver on each side of the formation. DeGroat back to pass over the middle, pass is caught. The tight end has it, and that's Zach Schemper, and he's across the 35. They'll spot him down to 37, gain of 7.
And an important thing, it's not a first down, so the clock keeps running. You get a first down in high school, you stop the clock, set the chains, but here we go.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to throw is DeGroat, now being chased out of the pocket as Ryan Bobo is chasing him down. He's knocked out of bounds inside right about the 42-yard line, 43-yard line, gain of 6, and a first down Valley.
Yep, first down Valley, good hit by Joel Sanko, knocked him off the edge there at the 43. And you figure, depending on where the ball gets snapped and where it gets caught here, you're looking at 2 or 3 more snaps.
16 seconds remaining. We're tied at 20. Overtime lurking. Dowling, I wouldn't call it a prevent defense, but there's some big gaps out there. Let's see what the Tigers do here.
They got some coverage.
Look for the hook and lateral sometime here in the next play or two. Back to throw is DeGroat with 3 receivers to the left. Valley going right to left, south to north. Back to throw again. DeGroat circling around now. He'll keep it, and he's going to be run out of bounds with 6 seconds remaining at the 47-yard line.
Dylan Manning is kind of the spy in the back of that defense in the middle of the field, and he's running all over, making sure DeGroat doesn't get loose. And DeGroat does a really good job of scrambling back there, and you got Middleton and Bobo and company just running around trying to contain him.
The Maroons are just trying to keep the athletic receivers from making a near catch.
So you got to think this is either the Hail Mary. I don't know how far the young man can throw the football, but
we're going to find out.
We're going to find out. This is likely the last snap.
2nd and 6 Valley from the 47-yard line, their own 47. With 5 seconds to go, DeGroat back to throw, angles it over the middle. The pass is caught by McGregory, and we tried a little hook and lateral.
They were trying the hook and ladder, and Dylan Manning comes up with it, but
it's incomplete, and regulation is over. We have ended in a 20-20 tie in regulation. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have overtime. We'll take a 2-minute break down our network lines, Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. A 2-minute break. Our score, Dowling 20, Valley 20. We're in overtime, folks. Stay tuned. Back in 2 minutes on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
In the fourth quarter, Southeast Club 21, Ankeny 13.
Welcome back to Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Overtime between the top two teams that are currently ranked in Class 5A. Number 1 Valley, number 2 Dowling Catholic. 20-20 as we head to overtime. The captains meeting at the midfield once again. And Matt Maindring, you've been through a few overtimes in your illustrious football career before you turned the career over to being an administrator. Talk about what's going through the coaches' minds here, Matt.
Well, you're running through your play selection, thinking about what you're going to do. First, you want to make sure that you get to play defense first.
I was going to ask you. We got a coin flip going on right now, and it just fell. We'll see what happens, but go ahead.
You want to play defense first, so you know what you have to do on offense, and then you're just thinking about what plays that worked for you in this short, with this short field, and this is I didn't mind a little trick play in sometimes.
And you're playing 10 yards, right?
Yeah.
You get the 1st and goal to 10.
And so.
And which way are we playing here? Because now they just flip the kids around.
Yeah, they flipped them around again.
Dowling's going to defend the north end zone, Valley the south end zone. But what end zone are we going to play in?
Yeah, who's got the ball first?
And our official is Christopher Gires.
Turn your mic on. There you go.
And we'll try to pick it up.
Dowling, rubber toss.
Okay.
Collected defense.
So the Maroons will defend the north end zone. That's where we're going to play overtime tonight, folks. Dowling will be on defense first, as you heard our referee Christopher Aguirres mention. And Brian Morris, is that okay with you? You got overtime strategies, I'm sure.
I do. I think I like Matt's thought of some trick play you kind of had in your back pocket. But again, this overtime rule, what they put it on the 10?
Yeah, 10 yards.
10-yard lines. I playoff game when Parrott took one in the thing against the Valley Tigers back and shoot. I'm aging myself here, but it's a tough situation.
Hey, your thoughts change as you climb through, and if you get to the third one, pretty soon you're saying, okay, I'm going to pull something here. But I think early on, especially when I'm on offense first, I think about what play I want to score right now and put the pressure on the defense, and then put the pressure back on the offense of the other team. And so you look for something quick here.
All right, Valley first and goal in overtime on their own 10. On the 10-yard line, there is no own. They're going to play. They're going to turn around. Dowling will get 4 plays. To give us to the tailback, and that is Clark in there. Jakari Clark didn't get the start, but they've been alternating Clark and Mason. And Clark's the quicker back. He gets down to the 9, so bring up second and goal Valley from the Dowling 9.
And there's a fresh set of legs coming in there. Wyatt Jones makes a great play from the backside of the defense right there and gets Clark from the backside. And he's one of those kids that not starting the game, but has come in now and is getting some defensive time to give some boys, some other guys some rest.
What a game it's been, folks. 20-all. We're playing in overtime. This is overtime number 1. Valley now with one receiver to the left, and that's Jaden Brown. One to the right, and that's Zay Robinson.
Yeah.
Now a timeout called by Valley, and we'll keep it here. As it'll be second and goal for Valley at the 9-yard line. So on their second play, Tigers call timeout, Matt.
Yeah, Coach Swenson's a little frustrated right there. You got something you like, and they didn't go out and get aligned correctly, and so he's got to call a timeout, and I think he only gets the 1, correct? Because that's what he didn't have any going into the overtime. So
1 per overtime, yes.
Yep, and so this is his shot right here, and they saw something, and now they're going to come back out and I think they were trying to isolate Robinson on the top side right there.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Fast Signs in Clive, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. And again, our thanks to all the folks behind the scenes on CISN and Iowa Catholic Radio helping us with our broadcast, and we appreciate working with them. Sean and Gracias, the producer for CISN, Luke Silve and Reese Webb, and of course Vinny Cataldo and Matt Wilcom back at our studio producers for Iowa Catholic Radio. Our thanks to them. All right, second and goal out of the Valley timeout from the 9-yard line. And DeGroat back to throw, looks left, throws left. The pass is caught, and upended is the receiver right at the 5-yard line for a gain of 4. And a nice individual effort that time as Mason was the receiver out of the backfield for Valley.
Yeah, they leaked him out, and Parker Pearson read it and came up and makes a great tackle at the 5-yard line and upended Mason. And so now you get the 3rd and 5 situation, and you're in between right here if you're Valley. You could run, but you're likely going to try and get it out here to one of your athletes.
All right, 3rd and goal Valley. As Clark is lined up next to DeGroat, they angled it in the end zone. The pass is incomplete as they threw it over 2 Dowling defenders to Zay Robinson, but it was dropped, and we'll see if we can.
It was great coverage out there, and they both defenders got their hands up there, got a piece of it, and it was almost a great reception.
We weren't able to get the replay, but I think it was deflected. So it's 4th and goal Valley, and they'll attempt the field goal from the left hash. And this will be a 22-yard field goal for Valley, and the young man for the Tigers has already hit 2 tonight, and that's Seppi Fratiani. Ty Walsh will snap it. The ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So Valley takes an early lead in overtime. It's 23-20. Valley leads Dowling. We'll take a 1-minute break and return to Valley Stadium for Dowling's possession in overtime. Valley 23, Dowling 20, back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Forward on the tackle.
All right, we're back here at Valley Stadium. DePhillips on first and goal for Dowling, runs for a couple yards. That'll bring up second and goal Dowling from the 8-yard line of Valley. Valley leads 23-20 in overtime, and now a little end around. DePhillips with the football. Looks to his right, fires in the end zone. The pass is caught.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, I believe.
Got the signal.
Let's see.
Oh, wait.
They're going to say, yeah, he's out of bounds.
Oh, out of bounds.
He said incomplete, and it'll bring up third and goal Dowling from the 8. And, boy, it looks like the little Philly special was in play. They had DePhillips lined up as a receiver to the left as Middleton got the snap, and he just kind of tossed the ball to DePhillips, and Parker came around from left to right and fired in the end zone, incomplete. Brian Morris, you were standing right there.
I was, guys. It was a Philly special, and Parker did a great job of trying to buy some time, and he put the ball right at the money, just a little far outside.
Oh, yeah, because he was trying to tiptoe to keep we couldn't tell if he caught it or not from up here. In the initial signal, I thought the official was putting his hands up. You like to see that, though. I like the call. I like the call with a little wrinkle in it. You want something different. And the other thing about that is it plants a seed and somebody else has got to defend later on in the year.
But what a game by both teams and their coordinators. Just kind of Dowling Catholic offensive coordinator Tom Wilson, who's also the head coach, and Jimmy Cataldo, who has his eyes in the press box. And, of course, Adam Jack, the Dowling defensive coordinator, doing battle with the Valley offensive coordinator Kevin Ferguson and defensive coordinator Willie Thornton. So it's third and goal Dowling, the ball on the 8-yard line. Valley leads 23-20, but this is Dowling's possession in overtime. Each team gets a possession. DePhillips has 2 receivers left. We play in the north end zone, right to left in front of us. DePhillips on play action. Now wants to run. He's heading for the pylon. Did he get in?
They're calling him out at the 1-inch line.
1-yard line. No, hands didn't go up.
No, the hands didn't go up. He is inside the 1.
And, of course, there's no time on the clock, so DePhillips now will have, and Dowling will have fourth down.
They're placing that ball right on the goal. Where is he at?
On the 1. 7-yard run for DePhillips, and Brian, you were right there. Wow.
I thought he had the ball over the goal line, to be honest, guys.
Well, this is a no-doubter. You got Ian Middleton, and you're going to do. Here we go.
And Valley's got everybody defending that. Handoff, Middleton, touchdown!
He is up and over the top.
Game over. Dowling wins it in overtime. The Maroons storm the field, and Middleton. That bow on the right side of the offensive line, Matt, was something, because
it was
with Carter Smith, Cade Krause, and Josh Miller. I don't know who else was in there. They had the right side sealed. Touchdown Middleton from a yard out, and Dowling wins it 26-23 in overtime.
Ian Middleton goes up and over the top, almost like a Walter Payton move. It was just he took off. And he gets into the end zone. What a football game.
26-23. Number 2 knocks off number 1. Dowling with the win. And what a night it was in high school football. This is one of those top 5 games during the regular season that you remember. Hats off to the Valley Tigers. What a game it was. The fans, sold-out crowd, overflow crowd, if you will.
Well, there you see the push. You see the push from the right side of the line on that replay. And he was in the end zone. That offensive line on the right side took over right there and got behind Cade Krause, Josh Miller, and Carter Smith, and that was a no-doubter.
1-yard run.
Followed by a great defensive play, because I'll tell you, I couldn't tell who the Valley defender was that knocked DePhillips out of bounds, but that was a game-saving tackle on the play before, and just 2 big heavyweights taking swings right there.
In a game that featured 5 field goals, a pick 6, and, regular touchdown, DeGroat on a 15-yard run for Valley. Middleton a pair of touchdowns, but the 3rd touchdown for Ian Middleton was the game winner, and Dowling wins it 26-23 in overtime here at Valley Stadium.
And you give this defense credit. They only gave up 1 offensive touchdown. To Valley, which I think is a pretty potent offense. And so the defense comes in and holds them to 1 touchdown, they get the defensive touchdown to get to 14, and then 3 field goals. So, it's what a ball game. What a ball game for this young team, and to come out and to execute like that, and great leadership and everything else for these kids. They grew up tonight.
They certainly did. We're going to take a 2-minute break along our network lines as both teams go into their respective ends of the field to recap with their coaches before they head back to Dowling. But we'll have post-game coverage here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Interviews with Brian Morris, with head coach Tom Wilson, and we got to figure out a couple players to interview. There's a lot to choose from, so we'll ponder that. Again, a 2-minute break, and our final. Dowling Catholic 26, Valley 23 in overtime here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Mark Hemedale, Matt Mandering, and Brian Morris will return after this 2-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have too many nights like this in high school football. The top 2 teams in Class 5A, number 1, number 2, meet. It goes to overtime, and second-ranked Dowling defeating number 1 ranked Valley 26-23 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Mark Hemedale alongside Matt Mandering, and down on the field is Brian Morris. We're setting up our interviews as we got to battle local TV because they want to talk to a few of the players. Maybe it's the same ones we have, but I know Matt's efforting games tonight, and what a matchup it was. Other games tonight, Ames is at number 4, Ankeny Centennial. Waukee, the Battle of Waukee. Waukee Northwest and Waukee High School going on tonight. That was a CISN game, along with Ames and Ankeny Centennial. Ankeny at Southeast Polk. Cedar Falls at Johnston, Urbandale at Iowa City West. Those are some of the scores that we're looking at and bringing you. And our thanks to our people behind the scenes, Vinny Cataldo, Matt Wilkham at Iowa Catholic Radio, and Shannon Gracias, along with Luke Silve and Reese Webb. Our thanks to all of them. I know we're efforting scores. And Brian Morris, it looks like you are set, and you've got a player from the Dowling team right now, and we'll let you take it away down on the field. Brian Morris, after Dowling's overtime win, 26-23 over Valley. Brian?
So, Parker, overtime game, second game with Valley of the season. Tell me about that last drive before the first half. You guys took it about 80 yards, a lot of passes you were throwing on the sideline for about 8 or 9 yards. Tell me about that drive.
Yeah, it's just my receivers getting open, the O-line just blocking. I got to trust in them. They got trust in me. Best O-line out there. They're giving me time. The receivers are getting separation that they need, just making it easy on me. It's not really me, it's all them.
What coach say at halftime? You guys came out with a little more fire, I thought, than Valley did coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, we came off hot from that last drive, And then we just carried that into the second half. Just keep pounding it. And great things happen. People got open, running backs, being physical, O-line. They just let me pass, let me run. And it's just all easy when they do their job.
I honestly thought you scored there in the overtime, to be honest. I thought the ball was over. I need to watch the highlights. Mark or Matt, questions for Parker?
Yeah, Parker, this is Mr. Mainring upstairs, and I just like the decision-making. I really saw you evolve as the night goes on. And, when you're in a game like this, does it slow down for you as it comes and as you see the plays as you go along?
Yeah, definitely. Throughout the game, it just gets slower, easier. You just got to get eased into the game. That's a real thing at the start. It's just everything's slowing down as the game goes on. Guys are getting open, and yeah.
Parker, we have you for 142 yards tonight, leading this offense. And, what a drive. You talk about some drives out there. That 8-play, 80-yard drive capped off by Ian Middleton's 4-yard touchdown run. That was your first series of the second half, and that really brought you back, and that really brought the momentum back, as we've heard from the sideline from Brian.
Yeah, don't even get me started on Ian Middleton. He's just a great guy. Brings energy to everybody. He gets the O-line fired up. He gets me fired up. Every time that I'm giving him the ball, I know that's going to be great stuff for us and obviously not great stuff for the defense.
And Parker, you have a very young offensive line. Of course, you didn't get a lot of reps last year. Neither did they, but here you are 2 games in, and you knock off number 1 Valley. So you guys have grown up and kind of meshed very well after 2 games.
Yeah, it all starts with practice, meshing together. We got to keep everybody up. With those young guys, it's easy to get down early, and everybody's just got to come together. And I feel like we're doing that really well from practice and throughout the game as well. So I feel like we're meshing together really well. It's great to see.
Parker, congratulations on the win tonight. Stay healthy this week, and we'll see you at Ankeny next week.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Parker DePhillips, the Dowling quarterback, with Brian Morris here on our post-game show. Dowling with the win in overtime, 26-23 over the Valley Tigers. Let's go back down on the field, and I think Brian goes from offense to defense. He's got the Dowling nose guard, Owen Pins, on the field. Brian?
Yeah, Owen, talk to me about maybe that last possession that Valley had. What was the scheme you guys had to keep him out of the end zone?
The scheme that we kept him out of the end zone, we just did base. We knew we had to be physical, so we went out there and bet where it was physical. We did nothing special. We just need to keep going. We just need to be physical. I don't know.
It's a very emotional game playing Valley. I know, second game of the season, overtime. The whole game, your defense really only gave up 1 touchdown. They had a pick 6, but I thought the defense played well overall, not allowing big plays because Valley has a lot of weapons on that offensive side.
Yeah, we didn't allow that much, but that 1 touchdown cost us, and that made us go into overtime. So we can't let that happen. We need to keep getting better.
Mark and Matt.
Hey, Owen. This is Mr. Mainring, and right now you are on TV and you're being interviewed. Remember, now is this more work than afternoon prayer?
Yes. I would love that.
So for our people listening, Owen does our afternoon prayer every other week, right? You're on, and he reads the prayer for the entire student body at the end of the day.
Yep, that's how we do it.
Well, Owen, I got a question. Valley had alternated 2 tailbacks tonight, and they're both good ones, Darius Mason and Jakari Clark. And I'll tell you what, it was tough because one brought physicality and could really just kind of mix it up with it. The other one brought a lot of speed, and that changed throughout the night. How did the defense affect? Because Clark was getting some nice runs there, and you guys did a good job of neutralizing, especially in overtime.
Yeah. They messed up our scheme a little bit, but we adjusted, and we just knew we had to be physical up front. And if we win the point of contact, they can't get anywhere.
Well, Owen Pins, nice job at nose guard. You're the man in the trenches. We know that. And stay healthy, and best of luck next week at Ankeny. And congratulations tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Great job, Owen.
Owen Pins, the Dowling nose guard, and he is one of those seniors that on that group, 6 foot, 260 pounds, and now a young man who. You don't talk to these guys much, but they're such an important part. These kickers tonight, 4 field goals, 2 by Valley and 2 by our own. Marty Blount. And Marty's a senior, overcoming some injury, and Brian Morris has him on the field. Brian?
Yeah, Marty, I mean, to kick the field goal at the end of the game, tell me about that feeling you had going through your mind.
I knew I had it from the start. When I just walked out there, I was like, I'm making this. So excited. I'm so proud of my team.
It looked like the snap was a little low, and Parker had to adjust a little bit, and that was at least got you a chance to put the ball through the upright.
Yeah, I saw it come in. I saw Parker handle it well after he almost rolled it, and got it down, hit it through. It was amazing.
Again, kicker, you're either the hero or the GOAT tonight. You did a fabulous job. Mark or Matt?
Hey, Marty, when you wake up in the morning, this is what you put the practice in for, right? Is you want to be in that spot at the end of a football game. And, talk about your preparation mentally as you go through a football game. What are you doing on the sideline to be ready at the end?
I try to isolate myself from everyone else, try to get myself in a quiet state, flowing almost, thinking about I'm going to make this, That's all that's in my mind.
Great job tonight.
Well, you certainly did, Marty, and I have to congratulate you because, last year Schumacher got a lot of the bulk of the kicking. He was a senior, and you and Ryan Kuhn were kind of battling out. You were a junior, but I think I'm not sure if you were injured or not, but what did you learn from last year and that season? Because it was a tremendous year. You got a lot of reps because when Dowling scores, you're either kicking an extra point or tonight a pair of field goals.
Yeah, so my junior year, I broke my shoulder week 4. So I didn't get a ton of reps after that, but I was trying to get as much work in as I could just to perfect my craft.
Well, keep up the good work. Congratulations on the win. Go celebrate with your teammates, and we'll talk to you at Ankeny next Friday night.
Yeah, we better get Coach Wilson before he runs away.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think that's going to happen. That was Marty Blount, the Dowling senior kicker, who hit a pair of field goals tonight from 30 and 35 yards out. He had the game-tying kick in regulation to send it to overtime, and now head coach Tom Wilson is walking over to Brian Morris. Dowling a winner tonight, as we have a lot of fans in that park. And look at those cars out there, Matt. They're just, I'm sure they're all turned into Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. 26-23, Dowling with the win in overtime. And along with Matt Mandring, Mark Hamadil. This will be our final segment with CISN, so we will end our broadcast after our interview with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic. The winning coach, Brian Morris, has him on the field.
Tom, I got to ask, any chance you were kicking a field goal there?
Not from that spot. As soon as we got down there close, honestly, I tried to win it with a trick play. And we had the fullback in the flat right away, but Parker didn't see him, and then he kept it alive. And I thought he was going to get in, and Zay knocked him out. And I thought, well, that's close enough that we're going to end this thing one way or another.
What did this game tell you about your team? Coming back to the second half, I thought you guys came out with a lot more energy than Valley did in that second half, and that first drive was kind of put the points on the board.
I thought that was big, to be honest with you. Some of these young kids aren't supposed to play like this right now, and I'm a little bit surprised of what I've seen. Valley, this group the senior group had beaten our kids that are seniors 2 times in the same season when they were freshmen, and the games really weren't all that close. I thought our kids just kept working and kept plugging away, and we take a lot of pride in the work that we put in, physical conditioning wise and things like that, and that's where that last play of the game comes in.
Defense really only gave up one real touchdown, I'll call it, because it was the pick 6, but I thought the defense just did not break tonight and played a good job and held them to 3 points in the overtime, which is not easy to do.
Not easy at all, and our kids battled. Joel was dinged up. Pins has been dinged up this week. Bobo has been dinged up since July, and Ducharme has had his stuff, and our kids just persevered and kept going. And we told them at halftime that this thing's a long ways from over. I've been through a lot of these, and I've seen some crazy things, and we just added to it tonight.
We did, Coach. I think defensively in the first half, you weren't keeping the edge on the defensive front and allowing DeGroat to run around. You took care of that in the second half and kept him contained. He impressed me on how mobile he is and how he can throw on the run.
Yeah, he's a problem, and he can move around, and it's something we had discussed all week and we were worried about and things like that. And then, you start trying to go to him, and then you're dealing with Zay and Brown and all of those guys. So it's no easy task.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, as we talked about in the pregame, the big play receivers and players for Valley you neutralize. Their big play was that interception return for a touchdown and DeGroat had a 15-yard run with their only offensive touchdown. But your defense played outstanding once again. They weren't out there that long, but when they were out there, they made plays when they had to.
They did, and to be honest with you, we didn't help them. You know, we're tied 17-17, and we get the ball. And 3 plays later, we're punting the ball. And, you know, right then, I felt that was an issue. And but, again, you can't say enough about our kids. And, you know, I think the big thing for us is, like I told them afterwards, this isn't a 2-game season. And we've got a long ways to go. And you look at the rest of our schedule, and you're not really looking at mini gimmies. So we got a long ways to go and a lot of work to do, but obviously thrilled with where we're at right now.
Coach, one last question up here. Parker DePhillips, talk about his development. I thought he matured from the start of this game to the end of this game.
You know, what he is so calm.
Yeah.
You know, he's got me after him and McLean after him and everything else, and he kind of looks at you and like, don't worry about it. And but he did. He grew up, and you know, we took some shots downfield. You know, we almost had Scow deep towards the end of the game, and you know, he hit Trey on our boundary earlier in the game on a 3rd down, which was big, and he keeps growing up, and we'll see what we can do moving forward.
Well, Tom, I'm going to close this out with this. Congratulations on win number 200 at Dowling. You're your youngest team ever as a grown-up, and you're 2-0 against some of the top 10 teams in the state. So congratulations on that milestone.
All right, appreciate it.
It's not that easy, guys. I'm back. It's not the Idaho interview. Tomorrow, Coach, Iowa State.
Told you guys before I could run for governor, and because I stay right down the middle and things like that. But I've got no, you're not getting an answer because I've got players on both sides and have for a long time, and love both those coaches. So be a great game. I'm going to be sitting in my recliner.
I felt Cyclones out of that answer.
Nice try, Morris. That's Brian Morris with head coach Tom Wilson. Win number 200 at Dowling in 20 years. And
that's great.
We thank him for being a part of our broadcast. And we're going to wrap up the CISN part. Our thanks to all the folks there, Shannon Gracias, our producer, Luke Sylvain, and Reese Webb on the CISN crew, led by Pete Tarby. So, again, the final tonight, Dowling in overtime, 26-23. Number 2 Dowling upends number 1 Valley. And next week we'll be on with CISN from Ankeny, and hope you join them for that. So we'll say goodnight on the CISN side. This is Mark Amadale for Matt Mainring and Brian Morris.